I can't see myself yet, but what's going on, everybody?
Okay.
I can't see myself yet, but what's going on, everybody?
Okay.
I can't see myself yet, but what's going on? Y'all know we got the whole crew in here tonight, starting with my boy, Bryan. Let him know what's going on.
What it do, y'all? Y'all can find me on Just Bryan, man. I've been uploading that 2K content, been going crazy. Y'all make sure to stay tuned on there. Let's do it, man.
All right, next up, we got Loaded.
Yo, check me out. Loaded as a Beast on YouTube and same on all socials. If you want to see WWE 2K24 online content, hopefully I don't get disconnected every 2 seconds. Let's see how the servers are this year. So go check me out, subscribe to the channel, and AEW Fight Forever Season 3. I still got hope for it. Let's see what they do. So I'm gonna be posting more online videos on that, and I'll do like YouTube shorts on like gym videos, fitness, entertainment videos, funny videos. I do like commentary over it, so check that out. And yeah, that's
Man does it all.
Yeah,
the man does it all. What is your video at? Like 3 million views now?
no, one of them has 5 million views now.
Oof.
5 million.
Let's go.
Loaded going
Wow.
crazy
Loaded.
over there. Make sure y'all check out the Loaded one. Next up, we got Kero Valentine.
I am your Valentine, ladies and gentlemen. I've just hit 3,000 subscribers, which I'm super happy about. I am honed in on that. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Honed in on that 2K24 as well. My favorite video is I've done 80 plus facts you need to know about WWE 2K. It took a lot of work, but I think it was worth it in the end. You'll like it if you go check it out. And now I'm working on 35 more facts that I could really squeeze out. So I think that's going to be a cool video as well. So if you want to see that when it comes out, go ahead and find me on YouTube. Again, Kero Valentine. That's it.
All right, next up we got Clint from Stryzer 2 Wrestling.
You guys know where to find me. He just said the name, Stryzer 2 Wrestling. You also find me on X under Stryzer STW. Also covering WWE 2K24. Holy crap, they showed quite a bit of stuff with the ambulance and all that stuff. A lot of hype things. The trailer today was kind of short, but it showed a lot of stuff in it. We'll talk about that later tonight. Keep an eye on the channel. Hopefully we'll see some creation mode content for the new game, but they usually wait until the game comes out before anybody makes content on that. Anyway, yeah.
All right, and next up, chilling in his pool house, we got Mr.Dubbs.
What's going on, everybody? You can find me at Mr._Dubbs on YouTube. Today, I covered, obviously, every detail you might have missed in the trailer that was dropped today, as well as some of the new showcase matches that we got confirmed through that trailer as 2 separate videos on the channel, so go check that. And we're ready to get into it today, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and y'all can find me at Kenny Bomb on YouTube. Got some 2K content going up there. Of course, I also cover other fighting games and whatever else I want to cover on that day. Now, before we really get into this thing, I want to point out a comment in the comment section from Omer who says, I'm dyeing your hair pink, Bryan. That's something we're going to have to get back to. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some 2K talk. There's been a lot of 2K reveals since the last time we came here. The creator event where they were able to go out and see the game. From everything we've seen so far, I want to hear what y'all think about what we know so far. Let's go ahead and start off with Bryan.
All right, what was your question again? Sorry, I was working on a couple of things. Go ahead.
Everything we know about 2K so far, from the creator event to the gameplay reveal today. What do you think about everything we've seen? How do you think this stuff is shaping up?
I think they cooking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think that right now, obviously, I know a lot of people aren't happy with the engine they kept, but I think it's going to be even better this year due to them working around that engine. It seems like they're working on little details here and there that I'm excited for. So I'm definitely looking forward to WWE 2K24 and its gameplay. So I think in reality, that's really what I'm most excited for, aside from the match types.
All right. What about you, Kero?
The most okay. Gameplay wise, I actually do enjoy it, and I'll say, I these games are actually pretty good. Now that I look back at them, I'd say I'd put them over all the SVR games and all that anyway. So you know what, this year they've done a lot of small improvements over 2K22, and they've done a lot. Again, let me emphasize, a lot of small improvements. So even though they're small, the more I look at it, the more it adds up. Even the graphics, they've done just a subtle lighting change, and when you put 2K23 and 2K24 aside, it really makes a difference. It makes the game look more realistic. It makes it look better. Yeah, like being able to throw those weapons, the special referee being back, so many small stuff. The back and forth mini game is cool. I want to experience that myself when I get my hands on it. So gameplay wise, I think they have done a pretty good job. My like criticism and negativity would come when we talk about when we talk about the consumer, the way they treat the consumers. Let me put it that way. I think there's a lot of issues with that, and each year it kind of gets worse. Especially with like something we talked about in a couple of other podcasts, like 2K23 or 2K22 servers being shut off way earlier than they usually do. So those kind of stuff worry me. I see that stuff getting worse and worse each year. But you know what? Gameplay wise, I think they're heading in the right direction. So I think we're gonna enjoy the new match types we get and the new gameplay loop we're about to receive this year.
You know what? I understand everybody was mad about them cutting the online off too early, but they gave away 2K23 for free this time.
Hold on.
Free. All you had to do is pre-order the game and you got it for free.
My fault. I don't want to interrupt. Shout out to Real Take Wrestling for another $4.99. This brother is sending super chats every week, my dog.
Oh boy,
you, man.
Saying he found the clip, Bryan. So we're gonna get back to it. I like that. We're gonna get back to that one for sure. But yeah, they're giving away the game for free. Dubbs, I know you took part in that program. When they gave you 2K23, did they give you a code or how did they do that?
I digitally downloaded the digital edition of 2K24. So it just had my list of downloads and things to install, and 2K23 was one of them.
So it had to go directly to your console.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe they gave you a code and then you could give it to somebody else who wasn't buying 24. So yeah, they're not going to do that much. But Loaded, what about you? I know you're a big fan of AEW Fight Forever, as we heard of when the show started. Is 2K24 impressing you at all?
Listen, I think the gameplay is okay. It's not better than Fight Forever though. Like, gameplay is way better over there. So they need updates. That's only one of the few things that Fight Forever got right is the gameplay. So, but the gameplay in 2K24 is fine. I mean, I'm looking forward to the super finishers and the trading blows. That I can't wait to get into that. I'm only looking forward to playing 2 match types that's returning, like the referee and the gauntlet. Like ambulance and casket, I don't care about it. I mean, people are gonna play that maybe a couple of times and then they're never gonna touch it again. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah.
Yeah. I think the casket match is interesting because we haven't seen it yet. Why haven't we seen the casket match
they're
yet?
gonna have the same mini game, bro. Like
that's what I'm thinking.
Tap.
It can't be though, man.
How many times are you gonna play that?
I mentioned that in my video today.
I mean, I think it'll be different.
It's the same as the ambulance match if it has the same thing. So I don't know. I like how in the ambulance match, at least you could throw them off of the top of the ambulance. I think that's a good. It's a good look. I like how that looks, but I don't think you're going to be able to do nothing like that in the casket match. So I'm interested in seeing that.
Well,
what about you?
out.
What do you think?
Sorry, Kero was saying something. Did you call on me?
I thought he said for sure. Yeah, I was saying, what do you think about everything we've seen so far, Mr. Dubbs? Because you found some interesting stuff in your video today. I think you should talk about that too.
I mean, I was just looking for it because I had so much time after the video originally went out and then they took it off. But I still had the video up, but I didn't have it up on my PC where I could actually make a video. So I just spent like an hour just looking through things, taking notes, looking at all the different attires. And I just found that we've got Shawn Michaels attire from when he wrestled Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21. I've just looked through the little quick scene you see with Triple H, as well as in his entrance. That's the attire he's wearing. Triple H is wearing his attire and standing in the arena with the WrestleMania with the blue ropes, which is from that attire, and the blue ropes are from WrestleMania 25 when he wrestles Randy Orton. So I was just looking for like little things that other people might not pick up. Made videos on that today. There's a few other things. I couldn't tell where the Undertaker attire was from, but as far as looking forward to this game, I didn't play 23. Like I just got it with my pre-order edition. So for me, it's been, a year and a half plus without playing a WWE game. So I'm looking forward to it just for the pure fact that I get to create my guy again. I get to go through, create my universe all over again. I get to see any tweaks and changes they've made to that. But with this game, it's always the same for me. I'll play through my rise. but I don't really love that mode. I play through Showcase if I have to. I find if it's not one superstar focus like this one will be, it'll be more fun for me being able to play as multiple different people. And then online, I mean, they haven't really nailed online just in a long time. The servers have not been amazing.
Yeah.
And I really hope that changes, but I don't have super high hopes for it. But as an online player, my two biggest things are going to be Universe for single player and then online for everything else. So I really hope they've improved the servers this year. I'm really sad we're not getting crossplay. Being stuck on Xbox, that means I'm, PS5 players. Sorry, I can't do it. I might have to get a copy of the game for Xbox on PC just for like mods and stuff like that. I've been thinking about that, but we'll see how the gameplay is. Like first and foremost, the gameplay looks improved. I didn't love it in 2K22, but I didn't hate it either. So we'll see how improved the gameplay feels to someone who's coming off Fight Forever and enjoyed that gameplay. It just was lacking a million features. This feels like the opposite. It's got all the features you could ask for. Now it just comes down to how does the game feel? And I'm hoping I like it. I think I will like it though.
Yeah. I think it's going to feel just like 2K23. Like Kero said, Kero said they made like those small improvements, but hopefully they're mighty improvements. So it may make it feel a lot better. But another thing you just said just now was that you feel good about the fact that in showcase mode, we'll be able to use different superstars opposed to just one. They're going to make me use Hulk Hogan in this game. If I want to like platinum complete this 100%, I'm going to have to use Hulk Hogan. And I don't like that. I think they need to cancel him just like they did Brock
Lesnar. Use Lesnar as well.
Before we talk about that. Let's go ahead and
can you get one of your kids or like your brother to play it for you? Just the Hogan matches.
I wouldn't put them through that. I would not put them through that.
Better get used to dropping that like my boy.
I'm not introducing them to the monster.
For just $10, I'll pass that level for you.
You do it for me? All right, we're gonna have to set that up.
I don't like showcase
Clint,
mode.
what do you think about everything we've seen? Oh, my bad, Lord. Did you say something?
No, I'm not a big fan of showcase mode. It's a waste.
I like it. It's good. Sit down, turn your brain off. Fun.
I will say it looks better this year. The slingshot mechanic looks better. I'm not a fan, but it looks better.
No praise for the slingshot mechanic.
They did the crossfade better.
Here.
It looks better.
21
I mean,
matches.
it never looked bad.
What you want them to do, Loaded? I mean,
add a store designer instead of a showcase mode.
I mean,
or put actual effort into the mode.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Like
remove the slingshot mode entirely.
Why they got to remove showcase for story? In 2K14, we had showcase and story.
That's what I have to say. Put both in there. Don't remove it. But I mean, take the slingshot stuff out and actually animate the game.
Yeah,
show us
exactly.
the stuff happening in game instead of flipping
the
to
stuff
real
that
life.
we can't play on stream as it is as content creators.
That's what sucks about it. Yes, that's what sucks.
Please remove that.
Somebody, we got to block Real Take Wrestling out the chat. He's tripping. But I'm sorry, Clint. We got to go ahead and get your thoughts on everything we've seen so far because you've been over there cooking too.
Well, if you notice that the gameplay itself, the wrestlers are more reactive to the environments. So, like, let's say the outside dive, the weapons. So I'm wondering if they fix the programming where you're like kind of like a rubber band sometimes. Like you're trying to throw them into the stairs and they'll just go the opposite direction, or they'll glide off something. Or sometimes you try to throw them in the ring and they won't. Sounds like, or it looks like to me, they've really polished that up. So maybe the gameplay will flow a lot better and it won't feel like such a clunky mess like the last games have felt. So just looking at that, but obviously the best thing that they showed was we got WrestleMania 6 Ultimate Warrior. Come on. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Another interesting thing is the face paint wipes off now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Ultimate
Warrior. You guys
didn't
know Ultimate
cool.
Warrior is like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, if not the favorite. So I'm really happy that match is in there. But with the showcase, I agree with you. It should just be animated. I don't know why they go to the real footage. I think it would look cooler if they recreated the scenes with the in-game characters.
Yeah,
that would look
me
awesome.
too.
I'm really hopeful for Universe mode because the fact that they added so much stuff to it, maybe they took the time to polish it because this is a polish year. So I'm really hopeful that they fix that so we can actually do a show on the podcast. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, it would.
But
I'm
yeah,
just
other
hoping
than
that, I'm hoping the My Rise is a lot better. With them talking about polishing everything, but I think it's just going to be copy and paste with a new story, unfortunately.
Quiet have not said one thing about that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even think the new gameplay trailer today talked about that, bro. It was just showcasing all the match types.
Yeah, it's gonna be copy and paste this year with just a new story. Maybe we'll have the box this time. We had the lock last
We
time.
got Roman Reigns voiceovers. What do you mean copy and paste?
Yeah,
And I
AI.
You might
strongly
have, like,
believe
6
it's gonna be
lines.
AI voiceovers.
That would
I
be
think
awesome.
they're gonna give it a
I
shot.
am Roman
Great.
Reigns.
I hope it's great.
I mean, I hope it's
Yeah,
I'm
cool,
fine
but
with
it's
that.
like my point is that they
Acknowledge
haven't
me.
really talked about it. Maybe they'll give it its own trailer though. I'm expecting that.
Yeah, I'm sure
If
they'll give
that-
it its own trailer.
If the AI voiceover thing works, though, that could really help commentary in the future, because that's something that's been really not great in these games for years. That if they can get AI to do it and not need to get someone in the studio recording all the time for all those voice lines, I think it can make a big difference.
Loaded, is your birthday?
And again, those guys are losing the check if you do that.
It's my
They're
birthday.
not getting paid
It's
for
your
their
birthday?
voice.
One more.
No.
I think
Oh,
someone's
one more
what
thing,
you
trolling.
talking
quick.
about, dog?
Happy birthday, loaded.
He
Happy
trolling.
birthday, loaded! Everybody,
Yeah.
happy birthday,
birthday,
loaded is a
man.
beast.
I just want to add one quick more thing. In the old games, when Ukes was in charge, they couldn't load more stuff to the engine, so they'd always take stuff out. And the stuff they take out would be creation stuff. So I'm really hoping they didn't take anything out of the creation suite to add all this new stuff. We'll have to wait and see. But I think with the new engine that they built, maybe it can handle more stuff on it. But
Hopefully. It's not
Is that really why they were
1998
taking
anymore.
stuff out? Because they couldn't load stuff
That's-
in? Big?
that's some BS I read way back when. I'm like, why did they take out stuff? Oh, it can only handle so many items and objects and
Oh boy.
modes and
Oh
Yeah, it's
boy.
engines.
If that's the case,
That's why we
oh
lost.
boy.
That's why we lost Creative Story. That's why they've had
Yeah.
so much room.
Yeah,
for
that's
the
why
line.
Creative Story had a lot of elements though, so I can see why they felt the need, but it was not. It ain't worth it, man. I love Creative Story.
Got rid of.
Yeah, they definitely got space now. I mean, because they barely even use the disc anymore. So, oh, you said on the engine. So I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
They could make it work. I think they can make it work.
They got
Think
enough
about
money.
all of the things we got on the Grand Theft Auto game. They can't make it work for a wrestling game.
Well, that budget is much bigger for Grand Theft Auto. You can't compare the budgets. my
Here's the
brother.
thing.
WWE
It's
is
a
a
thing.
billion-dollar company. They can
Yeah.
expand the budget.
Starfield refused to evolve and use the same engine they've been using for the past 100 years. And look at that game. Look how that
Same
turned out.
Fallout engine.
The creation engine, like from
Yeah.
Okay.
Elder Scrolls 1.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why you have all those loading screens.
yeah,
So,
loading screen.
man, you got to get with the times. You got to get with the times sooner or later.
Like, let me drink this coffee. Loading screen. All right, I've done drinking the coffee.
Destiny is
Let me go down. Loading
Destiny
screen.
is still running off a hybrid of the Halo engine. The Halo 3
okay.
engine is still running Destiny 2 to this day, a hybrid of it, the Tiger engine. They've been
The fact that
using for over
Microsoft
10
let
years.
them go over there and take that to PlayStation is
Well, they
crazy.
They didn't take that engine though, right? They made it the Tiger engine. It's a hybrid of what they used for Halo.
Oh, okay.
But they've been using it
Tiger.
for over 10 years now. Same engine. So
All right, so sticking back to 2K, because we cannot talk about Microsoft and Xbox right now, or y'all gonna get a rant out of me. Muhammad Ali was revealed to be in the game today. Oh, go ahead,
Oh,
Clint.
you forgot Beast, man. Did he add his?
Nah, Loader gave us his.
Oh, you get it? Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
You
I
forgot.
was just jumping around the board, but yeah, he gave us. His.
Yeah, it's good.
Come on, I got this, Clint. Let me try.
No
That's-
cosplay,
Come
bro.
on, man. All right, let's go ahead. So Muhammad Ali was revealed to be in WWE 2K24. Do y'all care?
I think it's awesome.
Whoa, Jesus.
I
I'm
think it's
just
cool.
asking. I don't care.
Kenny said, "Let's just get to it."
I didn't even realize he was at WrestleMania. For somebody had to tell me in the comment section. Like,
WrestleMania
oh, he was at
one.
WrestleMania 1. I was like, oh,
WrestleMania
really?
I'll be
Yeah.
honest though, from a personal standpoint, I don't care, as he wasn't like a legend in throughout my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really get
Special
to see
guest.
boxing
Same
that
here.
much.
the referee.
So, but it's cool.
Part of the deal.
Honestly,
Special
I'm not
guest.
against them adding more characters to the game. I just say that it's
Nah, me
cool.
either.
It's cool to see it. So I'm not. I don't really mind that. But yeah, it doesn't make a difference. It's not a make or break deal for me.
But you know who was more iconic than Muhammad Ali and had a big spot in WWE?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, we
Boom,
know.
John
We
Cena
know.
said it. Mike Tyson.
was
Why
gonna
do we
say-
got Ali and not Tyson?
Yeah, I'm
How
surprised.
do you
they
know we
didn't
don't
add
have
him.
Tyson?
Well, I feel like they would have said
You're
that
right.
already.
It's still possible.
But
He could be
It could
DLC.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
we gotta
he
get the
wasn't-
enforcer.
maybe
he
he
shouldn't
didn't
be
want to sign the
DLC.
deal.
Wasn't he
We
part of
gotta
a
get the
WrestleMania
enforcer.
match?
Mike
Yeah.
Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
So why? So I'm saying like he
He
shouldn't be
should be
DLC
DLC.
though. He should be.
But he might-
should be in the base
That's a
game.
good point.
I think
That's
it
a good
was
point.
the last time we saw him was WWE 13. It was at the
No,
end
we
of
had
there and
13,
stuff.
yeah, I remember.
Didn't we see him also? Okay, but I thought we also saw him in 14 because of the 30 years
His
of
rights
WrestleMania.
probably cost
He was
too much.
definitely
No,
part
no.
of- He was definitely
the-
part of the 30 years of
Hold on, when's the last time he
WrestleMania.
was on TV?
He was the enforcer in 2K24 because they didn't get his license, so it was just a random
Oh.
black person.
Wait, they didn't in 2K14.
Why you gotta be a black person,
Road to
kiddo?
WrestleMania.
It's Mike
In
Tyson.
2K14, they didn't have Mike
It's
Tyson.
not gonna be an Asian.
No, what about You said 2K14 didn't have Tyson? I don't remember.
Are you telling me? 'Cause they had 30 years of WrestleMania.
13 had Tyson, not 14.
And they had the match between Austin and Shawn Michaels.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Yeah,
It was the enforcer, quote unquote.
Add Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was in WCW, not WWE.
Well, they own WCW, so.
You know what?
Right?
Bruce
Speaking
Lee.
of they own, they could add Conor McGregor in there because TKO and Endeavor, they could take those UFC stars and put them in there.
That's more likely.
You know, one thing I'll say, I'd be more inclined to buy these like season passes instead of like adding NXT stars, which to be honest, I don't care about most of them. Like add Bruce Lee, crazy freaking characters.
Guys who saw in UFC. See, that's what I don't understand is if Muhammad Ali's in this, why wouldn't Mike Tyson be in this? Because TKO obviously had a deal with Muhammad and Tyson for the UFC game. Why wouldn't they have the same thing for this game?
I think TKO has nothing to do with 2K, though, if I'm being quite honest. I just think it's
and they got on board after
the
game was already
I agree with that as well,
So I mean, it's possible we see like UFC fighters as DLC if they want to, maybe.
I don't think this year
they got excited and was like, "Yo, this is the same company. Can we get these guys?" They probably want to add them to DLC packs.
Doesn't EA own UFC the rights to make UFC games? Will they allow the crossover?
That's where the problem comes in is the license.
I wonder if
they own the games. I'm sure they don't own the likeness of these people.
I'm just throwing it out there. They might not.
That's a good point, but I think I don't think they
CM Punk and Brock Lesnar were in past UFC games that the EA made while they were in WWE.
That's true.
Games.
Yeah.
Wasn't it THQ that made them both though? No,
CM Punk was in
CM Punk was in a THQ made a.
CM Punk was in a UFC game while he was in WWE. I know he was in a UFC game, but
no, he was. I don't think he was in a WWE game. I think that's, I don't think
he already had done the crossover at that point.
Brock Lesnar's been in both. Brock Lesnar's been in both.
Yeah, but Joseph Montoya says Ken Shamrock maybe. I think Ken Shamrock's a lock. I heard
he's definitely got to be
he's locked in.
Ken Shamrock is a lock in my opinion as well.
Yeah, I think we'll see Ken Shamrock.
Is the lock?
Yeah, they do need to
adding Muhammad Ali. Do you think they'll add
My Rise? Horrible nightmare memories.
Yeah. But I mean, we know Muhammad Ali is going to be in WWE 2K24 because we saw him in the trailer today. But you know who we didn't see in the trailer today?
The guy who fought Bam Bam.
Might not be in there.
The guy who wrestled Bam Bam Bigelow. Lawrence Taylor. Clearly, we need Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow if we've got a WrestleMania showcase.
I think we're talking about
the. No, we're not talking about the Beast. No, we're not talking about the Beast.
2K actually went.
Hold on,
they
pause.
Actually went.
Lawrence Taylor, NFL Giants linebacker, wrestled Big Bam Bigelow. How come I know this?
How do you not know your WrestleMania history?
Big Bam Bigelow.
Almost 40.
What I'm saying. I even brought it up when you were upset. When you were upset about like Cody Rhodes, I was like, how do you think the wrestlers felt when Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow wrestled in the main event? They stole a main event from guys.
Oh, I cannot wait to watch this. I'm watching this after this, bro. Lawrence Taylor, one of my favorite players, bro. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see that.
He wrestled Bam Bam Bigelow.
All right, so now we're finished talking about Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm trying to transition to get a good clip.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Okay, let's go ahead and start over for the clip.
My fault, big dog. My fault, big dog.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. We doing it live. So we saw, I forgot the man's name. So Muhammad Ali, we saw that he is in WWE 2K24, but y'all know who we did not see in the trailer? Brock Lesnar. 2K has removed Brock Lesnar from 40 years of WrestleMania box art. Do y'all think this is bigger than it seems, or did they just take him off of the box art? Let's go ahead and start with Bryan.
Okay. Part of me thinks that he got taken out the game, but I don't think 2K would do themselves any favor with that, even though it's probably out of their hands at this point. But if you take out Brock Lesnar out the game, just scrap the showcase, in my opinion.
That's big. Ooh, man.
Because we're going from 21 matches to potentially 15 to 16. I mean, you have Brock unifying the titles with Roman, which was a big match. You have Brock ending the streak. Like, just those two matches, and he also played a role in a lot of main events throughout the year. So I don't know, but in my opinion, I think that he's only being taken off the cover for promotional material because they just don't want his face everywhere. But I think he's gonna be in the game. It's just too late in the cycle to take him out. That game is probably done, bro, if I'm being honest.
No, I mean, I'm sure it is, but if you think about it, Vince McMahon, I'm sure he was in there too because Vince McMahon was in WWE 2K23.
For sure.
So they got to get Vince McMahon out of there.
Oh yeah, I think
Vince would have had big matches in the showcase as well.
Yeah, I agree, but I think Vince got taken out, or they probably took him out in the cycle, probably like around last like June or July when those first allegations came out, when those other allegations came out. I feel like he was done after that, like for sure. I don't think he's gonna be in the game this year at all. And if there's any match with cutscenes revolving him, they're not gonna show any of those cutscenes, as he's been eradicated clearly.
Man, that is ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. Before I elaborate further on it, let's go ahead and get your thoughts loaded. Shout out to Matt. You know, we got to give a shout out to the Golden Building.
What's good,
Matt says,
Matt?
gentlemen, good to see you this evening. Kero and Bryan, shout out on your sub goals. Congrats. My boy passing them big numbers. Shouts
Appreciate
out.
that.
Appreciate you, my boy, Matt.
Much love, Matt. We love you lots. Glad your channel's doing well and glad you had a good vacation with the fam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Disney World's great. I got to ask some questions about that, but we'll get back to that. Loaded. What do you think about Brock Lesnar being removed from the cover? Do you think it goes deeper than that, or is this pretty much where it stops?
I know he wasn't mentioned by name in the document, but they just removed him from the box art. He's still in the game. I think he's fine. Yeah, I mean, because he has like what 2 or 3 matches in the showcase mode, probably with Taker, Kurt Angle. Who else? Probably Reigns, like you said. So yeah, he's fine. They just had to.
You did not mention Undertaker's streak. Whoa, that is crazy.
Yeah, Undertaker's streak as well. Yeah, which I agreed with. I think he should have lost. But years later, I'm like, yeah, maybe Brock wasn't the guy to do it. So they should have given.
If it was Roman Reigns, though, that would have been terrible. It would have been bad. Today it would have made sense, but Big Dog Roman Reigns breaking the streak would have been crazy.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. But I think he's still in the game. They just took it out because of what's going on with Brock and everything. So this may be his last 2K game, honestly.
Yeah, if everything goes bad, it's bad.
2K25, nah, he's finito. That's it.
What do you think, Kero?
Same thing. He is not making it to 2K25. This game, we're just too deep in. We can't pull out.
Whoa.
It's an emergency.
Wrapping it up in the car over here.
Let's go ahead and leave Kero on that note. Mr.Dubbs, what do you think?
Bray Wyatt got taken out 2K22. I understand it was earlier in the dev cycle, but I mean, he had a big part of apparently the My Rise and other things in the game, cutscenes. So they did yank that content when WWE specifically told them to yank it. So if TKO is saying, no, sorry, guys, you pull him out and everything is in. Like, this isn't the first time this kind of thing's happened. In No Mercy, in the storyline, you had the 4-way from WrestleMania 2000. They took Big Show right out of the game. And they kept the storyline. It was just, they inserted Steven Richards into the role of Big Show. In his right to censor
oh my
gear.
God.
In his right to censor gear, and he played the role of Big Show throughout that whole story. So they kept the story, but they just took out the Big Show. So it's like, they've had a history of pulling out big stars that had a big part of the video games for a long time. So I honestly think Brock's out. I think Vince for sure is out. The McMahons are out. But I think Brock's out. But if not, like everybody else said, this is probably the last year we see him in a WWE game for a long time.
What do you think, Clint?
I'm going to go left field a little bit here. I think he gets taken out of the game, but they put a feature in there to where you can put your created character in those showcases matches. That way you could play those matches. They just take out all the real footage. I think that'd be a good way to do it. But what we'll probably get if they did remove him, because it's up to TKO. If they want him out, he's out. Like, if they don't want anything to do with him, he'll be out of there. They'll rip him out of the game. And what we'll probably get as a consolation prize, because people will complain, is we'll get my faction cards. We'll get my faction points. We won't get anything substantial. It's like they did with, I forget who it was in 2K22, one of the DLC wrestlers they took out, and they just gave us my faction stuff to replace it. They never did replace it. So that's, if they take him out, be prepared for my faction. Sorry, here's my faction.
I love your idea for the creator wrestler. I just had to interrupt there because, oh my God.
That would be awesome, right? Yeah.
If you said take out all the actual real life footage, do that for the entire showcase. Just let me
I wouldn't want to play that. I ain't gonna lie.
I know Kenny would be the first one on board. He'd never have to play as Hulk Hogan ever again.
Yeah, do that for Hulk Hogan, of course. But I mean, a random guy being the Undertaker streak, I don't know.
Yeah, like that's crazy, bro. Don't play my career.
You can still insert whatever wrestler you want, in game or created. and you just insert whoever you want.
You got to
into
remember
the game.
though,
that'd be
Dubs.
cool.
RVD
Yeah.
could have ended the streak.
Dubs, you got to be careful what you
Exactly.
ask for though, because they with Showcase they add different unlockables, attires, and things like that. You ain't getting that if you doing creative superstars, bro.
What do you think? Why would I care about the unlockables coming
Oh,
from
I
that?
care about
it's always been
attires
the
and different stuff.
It's been the accelerator pack since WWE like 12.
I
You
hate
just
it.
got
Showcase-
one lock.
showcase
I
stuff-
hate
Showcase-
having to go through the game.
But
to
show-
unlock stuff. I'm
showcase
all
stuff-
for
I
that,
love
man. If I have 3 copies of the game and my save file corrupts 4 times, I'm not about to play Showcase 10 times. I know
Showcase
Matt
stuff
can relate.
isn't
Matt
included
was
in
talking about-
Accelerator.
I'm just telling you, Matt was talking about it in his video the other day. He said how he had his game save file crashed and he had to play Showcase like 4 times last year on multiple consoles. It's ridiculous just to unlock everything. So
Just go on
that is
PC and get- never mind.
absolutely BS.
Before we get too
wait,
far off
didn't you-
track,
didn't-
I got to give
didn't
my
your phone
thoughts
get
on this
corrupted
Brock
on
Lesnar
PC?
thing too. So I think people are saying like he's definitely going to be in there. It's too late. You know what? If they took him out of WWE Supercard, the word had to come from somewhere.
Oh, 1,000%.
So, like y'all said, if TKO makes that decision, like, yo, you got to get Brock out of this game. We don't want anything to do with him right now. What makes it okay to put him in your new game, WWE 2K24, when it comes out? Because if you think about it, them taking Brock off of the cover, that's a big statement. Like, you know what's going on because you took him off of the cover. But if you make the decision to leave him in the game, that doesn't look good.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, Matt just pointed out there in the chat as well. Bronson Reed was yanked as DLC right before the game came out. They ripped the whole My Rise, Bray Wyatt stuff from the story when it was released. So, I don't think they're scared to do it. And if TKO is saying we don't want anything to do with Brock Lesnar at all, get all of his merchandise out of here, get all of the Supercard stuff, get him out of that game. I mean, they never really showed us Brock Lesnar in this game, so we're not buying it based on anything about Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Maybe they take him out, and let's say that leaves us with 18 showcase matches. They can go ahead and add 3 more by DLC or something to get to the number they told us. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get this game and Brock Lesnar is completely wiped out because Vince McMahon's going to be completely wiped out.
100%.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him because I think it's definitely a possibility.
Well, Vince, I understand. You got to
But
get
Brock is in that same conversation, though.
Yeah.
Having conversations with Vince McMahon saying, whoa, you're lucky I didn't get to meet up with her because expletives. It's bad.
Also,
you know what?
Allegedly
Allegedly came
the reason I
from
say
a
that there's a
UFC
chance that he
champion.
might still make it is because like he wasn't named. Even though everyone assumes it's him, he wasn't named.
Well, they sure scrubbed him off the box art. Who is it? Cain
Yeah.
Velasquez? Ronda Rousey?
I think if he's in the game, it's not a bad look at all because of
You don't think
the.
it's a bad look if he is?
It's the logistics of it. I can understand. If he's in 2K25, however, now we talk. Now you got to hear
exactly.
like a clear situation. You put him in there, okay, that's kind of sus. Right now,
heard
though,
some
like I
Wrong is
can,
wrong. Logistics. I mean, what are the logistics? It's too late. We can't do it because it's too late.
game development, brother.
You push it back.
But you know how these
No,
websites
no.
are.
Oh,
They'll
wow,
take
Because if
imagine
Brock
it.
We don't
Lesnar's
want
in
that.
this game, you have to pay him. And if the thing is we're doing away with Brock Lesnar, he's not with the company no more. We're not paying him. If he's in the game, you're paying him. Slim Jim
EA Sports.
jumped on board when Vince retired. So I don't know. I think it's bigger than what we're looking at right now.
Speaking of Slim Jim, if there's any sponsors in the background of the game that don't want to be involved with Brock, they might have to remove Brock also. So yeah, it's a good point. Sponsorship.
They got to make a
we've
big
seen footage of Snickers in the game, like I've seen
Yep.
on the arenas.
Yep.
So like we don't want to be in your game if Brock's in the game. And they might do that. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah. If they're going to remove him, I think it's better to do it before the game comes out than have to do it later in like a patch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I-
that's 100%.
That would be horrible, actually.
What if they just update him and put a paper bag on his head instead and make him a
Hey, I would like
great
that.
wrestler?
Listen, man,
That's
And he
movie
can't
too,
come
but I
off
would
no matter
like
what.
it.
You cannot take it off.
he'll still be
I
available.
pers-
Yeah, he'll still be available through like community creations anyway. So I mean, come on.
What if they
but
replace him with like a Goldberg model or something?
Hilarious. I want to see him in the game for the pure fact that I don't like content ripped out of my game. So we're going to have less content because I don't know that they would replace those showcase matches if they took them out.
Oh,
I
they're
really
not,
don't.
my brother. It's too late. They're not.
No, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is if they did take him out and put post-patch, like post-game DLC, like maybe throw CM Punk showcases in there or something. But like that'd be great, but I don't see it happening. And I just don't like content being ripped out of a game that I've already, that we're already spending the same money on regardless. and then what? We get my faction cards for it, like Clint said before, they've done before. That's
they
not
never
cutting
told
it
you
for
that
me.
content yet, though. They never promised you anything for Brock Lesnar. So I mean, that's not them
No,
taking anything out of
but
your
they did
game.
promise. But they did
It's still
promise
being
21
developed.
showcase matches, right? And if
And they
there's
can
not
add 'em
21
as
showcase
DLC.
matches at launch, if there's
DLC.
not at launch, then we know he got pulled out and he was part of them, right?
But if they announce it before it's launched, let's say now, because of this situation, we only have 18 showcase matches. So if you want a refund, you can have it. If not, then we're going to keep
Yeah,
on
that would
moving
suck.
and add them as
That's-
DLC.
And that's what I don't want. That's why I said I don't want cut content. So I would much rather he stayed in the game just for the pure fact
So
that
you
I
want
more
somebody
content.
who did these vile
It's
acts to be in your video game?
Allegedly. You're just you just
You want
assuming
somebody who allegedly did
everybody's
these
so
vile
is
acts
everybody
to be in your
guilty
video
until
game?
proven innocent? Is everybody guilty till
Hey,
you're
that's
proven
not how
innocent?
America works,
What's
unfortunately.
the reason?
You
What's
go
the
to jail
exactly?
But
until
it's
we figure out
justice.
you
You
didn't do
cancel
it.
Christmas on somebody on allegations, man, and that ruins people's lives.
That's what
Like,
we
you
do
can't
in
do
real
that.
life. You got to go
Yeah,
to
that's
jail
what I'm
until
saying.
they
You can't
didn't
do
it.
that. That's not okay.
So they take him out of the
Innocent
game, and
until
if
proven
he
guilty.
found
Hold on,
innocent, then they add him
Slim
back
Jim,
in.
hold on. Slim Jim wanted Vince out. They said nothing about Brock. They don't really
Brock is
care
in those allegations.
because it's
Well, we
just
don't know that.
allegations.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know. They took
All
him out the
allegations.
box. That's big.
No, they paused
It
because
is
of
huge.
Vince. They wanted him gone.
Yeah, but
these
Brock is out of
allegations are
Su-
mainstream.
Brock is
so-
out of Supercard for a reason.
He's out of Supercard.
If they didn't
And that
care, he
word
would still
came
be
from
in there.
somewhere.
But it's
Somebody
too late.
said, "Get him out of there."
It's too late to take him out of 2K24 though. It's
not
coming
too
out in
late.
March.
It's never
You
too
see,
late.
Supercard is like a live service phone game. The scale is way more different. So again, I can
agree.
see him totally being
Like
in
Matt
2K24.
said,
It's
they
much
ripped Bray
easier to
Wyatt
take a
and
card
his
out.
showcase stuff out, or is my ride stuff out at the last minute. They could do it.
My Rise is fine because you have tons of other stories, and I mean, it's not like
But it was a
dependent
whole
on it.
No,
segment of the
but
story
they
took
also
out, man. A lot of
mentioned
work.
someone in my chat brought this up when I made that point, and they commented that Bray Wyatt was released in July, way earlier in the development cycle than this Brock news hit. Right?
Yeah.
This was way too late in development. July versus January, right?
I think it's
A
too
huge
late.
difference in the development.
Late
So
January
that's-
too. At
that
that.
was their argument. Yeah, that's what their argument was. Just like late January versus Bray being released in July and being pulled from the game and getting cut content.
Fair to say. But you know what? I still just don't think it's too late. So it's too late to take out Vince as well, y'all think? So y'all think Vince McMahon is going to be in here?
I don't think Vince has nothing to do with this year's game at all.
But all of these
No,
allegations
these
came out at the
allegations
same time,
they came out
so-
this. No, they didn't. The allegations originally started with Vince in the summertime. I can guarantee you.
That's what I'm saying.
2K
He put out
knew to
that
keep him away.
stage, the
They would have known to
67
keep him
thing,
away
and
back
everything just blew up. It all
Yeah, but I'm
just
saying
blew up
this-
at the same time.
Yeah, but we
These-
knew about Vince stuff
yeah.
in the summer.
That's
in
what I'm
the
saying.
summer.
These Vince
So they
these
would've
Vince
stayed away
allegations
from
aren't new. It just blew up, like Dub said. They aren't new. If I was 2K, I would have 1000% kept them out just for future proof.
But I mean, if he's proven innocent, he comes back to the company and he's actually working for them. Why take him out the game?
Bro,
What
you
if Vince
gotta-
McMahon said, "I want to be in this game. Y'all not taking me out.
That's
Y'all
what
not canceling me."
That's what everything though, bro. I mean, Vince don't got no power no more. He's
I was gonna
not.
say it's not up to
No,
him
not
anymore.
anymore. But he did before he was gone. And you know what? I think Vince still has power. I think Vince is telling Triple H, "You know what? This is what we're gonna do on the show."
This
and
is
Triple H is
exactly
following
why.
through with it.
It's
And
exactly
what
why
Ronda
TKO
Rousey
with that
said.
Triple
wanted to
H.
disrupt- Yeah, Bruce Pritchard, his
That's what
avatar.
Ronda Rousey said.
That's why TKO is probably going to get rid of Bruce Pritchard next, and Triple H could be on the chopping block for no other reason than they're related.
Yeah.
Speaking of Triple H being on a chopping block because they're not related, that actually leads us right into the next topic. They're saying Triple H is possibly going to be removed from creative because of his involvement with the McMahon regime. TKO said they don't care and they will clean house if they have to.
See,
So
that's
now we're going to get into some spicy talk.
yeah.
Because Triple H, unfortunately, is in the hot seat. I'm going to just go ahead and start it off. They're saying Triple H knew what was going to happen as far as The Rock being in the main event at WrestleMania, but still went ahead with Cody winning the Royal Rumble. I think that's kind of like a spiteful move because he knew what was going to happen if he did this. So if that is in fact the case and The Rock is on the board, Triple H might be out of there. Bryan, where do you think we're going with WWE in the future? Because right now is definitely a time of uncertainty that we've never seen before.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the thing with Triple H is, bro, and a lot of people are not realizing. I know that people know this, but some people haven't realized it is that the allegations aren't only against Vince; they are against WWE themselves as a
WWE.
company. So this goes way further than Vince. Vince is obviously in the allegations, the alleged culprit, where he's the one that basically ran everything, alleged, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I can see Triple H being gone, and that would be unfortunate because I really am enjoying wrestling right now, like a lot, more than I ever have. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do, but I hope he doesn't get taken away. If, like, the way I look at it is, if he did not do anything to cover it up, or he didn't have his hand in the whatever was going on, I think he should be okay. But that's just my opinion.
What if he knew about it? What if he was aware what Vince McMahon was doing and all of these NDAs and stuff? Even if they were sitting at the dinner table like, let me tell you what I did, son-in-law. Should Triple H be out of there?
Like an NPC.
I'm just going to go on ahead and plead the fifth on that one. I ain't trying to get canceled.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to Loaded. Loaded, what do you think? Should Triple H be up out of there?
Maybe they may fire him and Bruce Pritchard, and maybe The Rock is going to have his own creative team, and they're going to take over.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
That would be horrible.
That'd be horrible.
Brian Joe Works is going to be the head writer. Yeah, he's going to be head creative. That may
I think that's a strong possibility.
That's what I'm hearing, so I'm just putting that out there now.
It's going to be interesting if it happens, but I think that's a strong possibility. Kero? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Loaded.
Did he know about the allegations? He might have known something, but not not in so many details. I don't think he knew this much. You think Vince will be comfortable talking about this with Triple H, his son-in-law?
That's what I'm
saying.
Why not? Like, father his grandkids. Like, that's crazy.
Why not?
Thanksgiving
he's
dinner.
Married to
I mean, Vince McMahon.
He's married to his daughter. Yeah. No, bro.
I think that's what really puts Triple H in a safe spot, unless Vince is a really dirty man and he's giving women to his daughter's husband.
Are you hearing the allegations against him? If you believe them, then you're giving him far too much credit. The man went into the production truck and showed off to
allegedly
showed everything in the production truck. So if you're telling me you don't think he would have been making these jokes and talking to Triple H about it, then you should say you don't believe any of the allegations.
Nah.
Right? Like that's
Triple H. That's a different boundary, though, bro. Like,
how is that boundary? Right? How is his daughter's husband? He's a creepy man, but you don't want anybody.
He was one of his boys first, and the fact that you think that matters, I don't. Not this man. If allegations are true, is a sick, twisted man, and I don't put anything past him.
I think Kevin Dunn knew. That's why he dipped out of there.
Oh yeah, he got out of there quick.
I'm gonna be allegedly. We got to be so careful talking about. What do you got to say,
Kero? I think, so the question was, Triple H, does he know? Was he associated in this in any way?
Yeah. Where do you think this is a loaded question. Shout out to Loaded. So you know about the stuff with The Rock being the head of creative, bringing in Bryan Gewirtz with him. Do you think they try to push Triple H out? Do you think he had anything to do? Was he aware of the allegations? Is he in trouble right now?
Right now he's in hot water. In the future he could be in trouble. Did he know about anything? I'm not gonna say anything definitive, but for him to not realize not one thing that's going on that's wrong, he would have to be a child, like 5-year-old. He would have to have the awareness of a 5-year-old. Wrestling business is insane. Like, even right now, there's so many crazy stuff.
It's too crazy.
Unmentionable stuff going on, probably, that we just don't hear about.
Yep.
And then you go back to the past 10, 20 years ago, when it was the wild, wild, wild west without the internet, with the wrestler's lifestyle being drinks, partying until you basically pass away. Like, Triple H knows. So not only Triple H, but every single legend. Like, that's what I'm kind of, worried about. I mean, if they knew, if they were complacent in these kind of stuff, that's crossing the line. What can you do? But if you take out Triple H, it's like a domino effect at that point. You're gonna have to hold everybody accountable, and I guess 2K26 is gonna be like only modern stars at this point, and no legend roster, because I think everybody knew. So the question is
another note.
Hold on, go ahead, kiddo.
The question is not if he knows or not, but will he be held accountable? Will he be held responsible for it? I think
we're missing an important part that we forgot about in the summertime. Is WWE's board of directors set, I believe it was Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H led an investigation
Mm-hmm.
further into the allegations. So if you're telling me Triple H knows nothing and he was the head of that investigation, he should be fired on those grounds. If he really was that, if he's that blind, so you can't be telling me he didn't know anything. Stephanie resigned after they followed up on these allegations.
Smart woman.
Probably
Looked
knew
into
something.
it.
That's why.
She
Yep.
resigned exactly, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They found out.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, if any of this is allegedly true,
Gotta remember.
Triple H. The part that's not allegedly is that Triple H, Stephanie, and Nick Khan led an investigation into this further. That is not allegedly. That was stated. That was publicly stated. So we can't say that Triple H knew nothing. If any of these alleged allegations are true, they're the ones who led up the investigation, which immediately led to Stephanie resigning from the company. Which tells me, of course, they know everything allegedly. Stephanie resigned the company shortly after they started this investigation.
I heard it was because of Vince, though, because he forced himself in, allegedly.
Yeah.
Or
like
allegedly,
that,
because
she
she also
wasn't
found out what he did, as well as him forcing himself back.
Yeah, possibly that could be it as well. But apparently they didn't. Apparently they didn't even call her, though, according to the lawsuit and the allegations on there. So I don't know, bro. That's a crazy one.
But regardless, Triple H led up with the other guys an investigation into this, so we know he knew something allegedly. If there was anything that allegedly happened, allegedly.
Okay, so
you gotta
I want
think about it. Like Kero said, all the legends and stuff, but it's not just the legends, because John Cena is very close with Vince McMahon as well. On Vince McMahon's birthday or John Cena's birthday, they went out to dinner with two women together. John Cena has his wife now, of course, but I went back to see if this woman that Vince was with was the younger woman, but it was an older woman. So is John Cena in trouble? Because, I mean, it can get
it's like
pretty
a
sticky here.
huge web.
Guilty by association.
I'm gonna be honest though, bro. I don't think that it's gonna go down like that pipe. I don't think that everybody that possibly known about these allegations will get in trouble, because at the end of the day, there is really no way to just going ahead and just prove that so many people knew about this, even though it could be true.
Room.
You know what I'm saying? People could know, but I don't know. That's tough.
But I mean, listen, they're throwing out that traf word, like that crime.
Yes.
They could do like a RICO and sweep all of them up. Like, you are, close to this situation. We think you probably got something to do with it.
This is why TKO said they're scrubbing anyone who had anything to do with Vince. And you know how close Vince was with all of his top guys: Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Steve Austin. Everybody who was on top for him had a very, very close relationship to Vince.
I
mean, look at allegedly
exactly
Brock.
For his company. But this is what I'm saying.
Brock is another one.
And so what could end Roman's streak? Maybe Vince.
Can I answer the second part of that question about The Rock, like grabbing power and stuff? I think I'll just say one sentence and just a couple at least. Like, you look at what he did with Hollywood and the power play he tried to do there. Like, he has his own contract saying on screen he cannot be beat, or like in fights he cannot lose in Hollywood films, which is insane to me. And then the mess he did with Black Adam creatively. But still, he made a lot of political plays. He likes to remain and give off an image. Oh, I'm a perfect guy. I just work hard. I'm the nicest guy ever. But he's shoot backstage. So I would not be surprised if this is some sort of power play in the part of The Rock. And maybe he's trying to gain more power in the WWE, because I don't know who the tweet from. Like, I saw a tweet. I don't know who did it. But like, he failed with XFL. He failed in Hollywood creatively and lost some money there. And he failed in a bunch of other ventures in the past 6 years. So maybe he's, trying to fix his ego now by taking over the WWE.
I look at it like it's a bad thing. I don't fault a man for his failures because he tried. I respect that failure more than I respect the accomplishments you don't see.
I do have a question.
How can you say the man's failed in Hollywood?
We're not. We're saying last 6 years. Last 6 years. We're not talking about his whole career.
How much bank did he make in the last 6 years? Tell me that, and you tell me if he's.
Let's not talk about money. Let's talk about creatively and what he's done. It hasn't gone very well
in Hollywood, though.
It's okay. It still doesn't take away from the last 5-6 years. They haven't been that good.
In your opinion?
No, in a lot.
I love Black
Adam. The numbers, what everybody's going off of what Black Adam.
Not Black Adam.
I don't think we can pin Black Adam on The Rock for one, because DC movies fail back to back to back to back to back. That's not.
I don't know. Shazam was pretty good.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
like it.
You're trying to say Black Adam was worse than Shazam?
Black
like
Adam.
Yes,
Black Adam was
yes,
not good.
200%. What?
I like Shazam and Black Adam. I haven't seen the second Shazam yet, but DC movies always fail. Come on, Justice League versus what was it? Batman versus Superman
Oh,
failed.
that movie sucked.
If that doesn't tell you
That-
anything,
yeah,
that tells you where
exactly.
DC Comics is. That should have been the biggest movie of all time.
Well, but
Yeah.
not only we're talking about Hollywood, XFL that failed.
That's
it-
Vince McMahon's project. The Rock jumped on. You can't blame that on the Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
Exactly.
y'all
Jumped on and he
just boy, oh
tried.
boy,
Business
yeah.
type,
Putting
bro.
an
When you're
XFL failure on the Rock is
Got the
crazy.
attorney
when you have that kind
Oh
of money,
my
you're gonna
gosh.
start so many.
He drunk.
Did Terramana
Attorneys of
Tequila
the
fail?
Rock.
Did Terramana Tequila fail? How much money did he make off that?
I do
You
have
can't
a
say every project this man does is a failure.
But
When you have
nobody
that
said
kind of
that.
money, but people are just pointing out failures.
5 or 6
When you
years.
start,
Yeah, I
Last
don't know
5 or
why
6
you're saying everything's a
last
failure.
5 or
That's
6
kinda
years
weird.
haven't
No,
been
but you're
as
saying over
successful
the last
for
few
him.
years, we're saying this is a failure, this is a failure. Yeah, but what about the things he did that's a success?
Okay, but
when you
we're
have
talking
that
about
kind of money and you like spread yourself like that. Conor McGregor, I'm sure, has had a lot of failed businesses too, but Proper
Yeah.
12 made him bank.
But the thing
Right.
is, you jump in there and you get your businesses going. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what's important. Everything's not going to be successful. And the XFL was a sinking ship when he jumped on it. He tried to save it. If he couldn't save it, I mean, hey, it is what it is. He was brave enough
Hey.
to put his name on that and try.
Rock probably
Yeah.
knew about it, about those allegations or whatever, because he
Now
jumped
he
on
gonna say
board.
the Rock knew.
So-
Clint, what did you think about? What do you think, Clint? We're still on a Triple H topic.
Well, if you know anything about behind the scenes wrestling stuff, that era is like Kero said, they were like rock stars. It was
Yeah.
basically wrestle, your body ache like crap, you take whatever drugs you can get to make you feel
Mhm.
better, and then you do it all over again the next day. I mean, you travel to the next
Oh,
town.
yeah.
So any wrestler you think is squeaky clean from that generation, even to now, is probably got some dirt on them or some skeletons in the closet that'll come out with this Vince thing.
I
Because
agree.
anybody that's been involved with Vince, very close to Vince, is probably going to be in hot water with this. I mean,
Yeah.
he's, you know what the type of person he is. He's a freaky old man, but
Allegedly.
he's allegedly.
Yeah.
There's just so many things. Like, what if this Rumble was Triple H's last act of defiance before they cut him? You know, what if this whole Cody thing was supposed to be something else, and he just
Could
did
be.
that? It's like, I'm out anyway, so screw it. I'm going to put over
Mhm.
Cody.
Mm.
I mean, I have no
Yep.
idea. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out tomorrow. Because
I feel like they would have got rid of that brother already, though. Like if he did it out of spite and they knew what
Well,
he
they
was
might be
doing.
waiting till WrestleMania because he
Yeah.
does have this all lined up, and they might want his input until it's over with. Then they're going to be like Raw right after WrestleMania. Bye. I mean, that could be why they brought The Rock in now to set it up for after WrestleMania, because everything's planned up to WrestleMania. Rock comes in, we'll talk about that later, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I
Mhm.
think Triple H
Yeah.
could get the
You got
boot
a good
because
point.
he's guilty by association, because he's freaking son-in-law, like you guys said, to the evil villain Vince McMahon. So allegedly.
Yeah, and you got a good point, because if they do want to clean out that old regime, like Ronda Rousey said, she stood up and said, "Yo, Bruce Pritchard,
Yeah.
as long as he's there, Vince is still running stuff." If TKO, sees that as being true, and they get rid of him, then The Rock could be like, you know what, we need to get rid of Triple H too, who was working with him, and me and Brian Gawarts or whatever, we're going to take over creative and make this business as better than it ever was before. That's dangerous. Now, I do love Triple H. Hopefully he doesn't have anything to do with it, but if he is in there poking the bear and made Cody win the Rumble, even though he knew The Rock was going to face Roman at WrestleMania, that's going to be bad for him. And The
Yeah.
Rock, being the head of the board, has every bit of power he needs to push Triple H out of that spot and him and his rider take over. If they're like, you know what, we're done with Hollywood, we're running WWE now. That's what they're going to do.
Do we think what they're done with Hollywood though, and this is going to be their full time? Like,
He can go back and forth.
This to me was just never made clear as to what the Rock's plans were. Like, I understand he's on the board; that's a big responsibility. But I didn't know if that was going to put a pause on anything else, because he hasn't had time for wrestling for the last decade, right? Otherwise, he would have had a match at WrestleMania more recently than now. The whole reason he wasn't was always his Hollywood schedule. I just didn't know if things outside of wrestling were clearing up that he was going to be doing this. Like, I don't know what his contract is. If it's a multi-year deal to say you're here every week overseeing day to day, I have no idea what it's about. That's why because I heard a lot of people talking like you are about him pushing out Triple H and him and Brian Gawarts taking over creative, but I'm like, do they have time for that? Like, is that what this deal is? So I just don't know. I don't have the facts.
I mean, last time I did hear about The Rock, he just did something he merged the XFL into something else. I don't really know how much time that guy really has to. Yeah, I don't know what it is, bro. I think it's CFL. I forgot what it was, but my point is that how much time does The Rock really have to come in here and run the WWE? Like we're sort of predicting right now. We don't really know. So that would be really interesting. But I know that we're gonna move on to the next topic soon. I did have a question for you guys. Since the lawsuit is technically against Vince and the WWE, do you guys think that we could possibly see in the future maybe the WWE dissolve into maybe another name due to the negative perception that the WWE itself would have based on that name?
Work out a deal with the World Wildlife Fund. Do it. Make it happen.
Oh, we need WWF back. Yes. WWF, let's do it.
Bring the F back.
Yeah,
You can always change it to WCW.
I don't think so, man. The WWE, the brand is too strong. They don't change that.
WCW is coming back.
Bring the F back. Bring the F in.
Get the F back in.
Or they have a new name.
I hope they do,
TKO.
man.
They could just add a W to
And
it.
the WWE is
TKOW.
just it's a monster at this point, man. When
I
people
agree.
think wrestling, they think WWE, and that's the brand. So I don't think they'll change it.
Me neither. WWF is the only thing that would still have brand recognition with enough people that they would know what it is, I think.
But speaking of The Rock, it's time to talk about the wrestling code.
That's it.
Oh, we got an update on the wrestling code last week where
He fixed
they
it up.
stated that they will have people fly out to Rhode Island to actually feel how the game feels in ring. Do y'all think we're actually going to get something from the wrestling code this year? Does that mean we're getting closer to this game's release, or does that mean we're getting closer to some type of demo? Does this development mean anything? Let's go ahead and run across the board before we get to our main event of the evening. Bryan, I know how you feel about it, so just tell us the truth. Like, what do you feel right now about this demo?
In terms of, are we getting something close? Probably not, due to us not even being able to play a match in the demo. No shade at them. It's more just, I know that we're walking around and doing stuff inside the demo that you guys are showing us. But in terms of us seeing the game or any gameplay soon, like a one-on-one match, we're probably not going to get that anytime soon. But I think it's cool that they are showing that this game is real, because I know that was the question for a long time from people, because they've been in development since 2020, and we do understand that COVID happened and things like that, so we get it. But a lot of people were questioning, is this game real? Because we were getting just mocap videos and pictures for the past 2 years. So,
Yep.
So I think this is a great way for them to prove that the game is real. But in terms of us getting anything anytime soon, probably not, because I feel like if the game was closer to being ready, they could have gave us a one-on-one normal match, nothing else. But that's just my opinion.
All right. I think, you know what, you are exactly right. Nail on the head. But let's go ahead and move on to Kero. Kero, I haven't heard your thoughts on this walking demo or whatever they're giving us yet. So what do you think about this?
Sheesh. I don't know. I want to remain kind of political and not say anything about it, but come on. Walking demo.
Man, give us your thoughts. Raw. We need it raw. Kero Night Raw.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Oh, whoa.
I'll do it raw. Don't worry about it. All right.
Pause.
Oh, man.
Let's begin.
I need a pause sound
so-
effect now, bro.
It's like, it almost feels like a joke, like in the sense that like they're making fun of people. It's like, guys, we're gonna have a demo. It's only walking demo though. I'm expecting them to say, yeah, we're just kidding. Obviously, we're gonna have you play a one-on-one match or something like that. It's like, what? Like walking demo? It's like self-awareness, please. Like at least maybe not even have a demo, but like showcase a match, like 10-minute match where only the people who go there will get to see, right, behind the scenes, kind of like, and they can say like, if there are YouTubers going there, they can report, like, they won't be able to show the gameplay, but they will at least be able to say, oh, this looked like this looked like that, the game is this close to being complete, I like this about it. It's like walking around. First of all, we've already seen it a year ago with like the video they published themselves, right? Walking around, some guy getting into the ring and all that. And here's the thing, those controls.
Come on, man.
Tony D'Angelo. Tony Cini. It's like, here's the thing, those controls are most likely in the final game are gonna probably change drastically too. So I don't know. It's this is not the way you do it. Like the whole criticism for years now have been, hey, you've not shown enough about this game. and this is your answer, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. And my like advice to them was, if you got nothing good to say, don't say anything at all until you do. That's when you come out and start hyping this game up again. And it's like, I don't like the attitude they have, because the thing is, nobody forced you to announce this game. They're saying like, oh, people don't know about game development. Yeah, sure, like a game takes 4 years to develop. Then why did you announce it way too early? Like, you were hyping this thing up back in 2019. If you're not gonna do like UPW, where, I don't know, you get crowdfunding of some sorts, then you should have just stayed quiet. And then once you were ready to go out there, the only way you know, I'm gonna be back for you the second it uploads. Basically, just like, they just blew their load too early, man. They went in there raw, they blew their load too early, and now this demo is just not it. It's just not it. Walking around, like, do you not realize how that sounds? I guess because we have no,
Sorry.
yeah, like we have no competition in wrestling, or barely any, with AEW Fight For. Thankfully, it exists. I guess people are hungry so much that they are like kind of accepting this. But in other genres, in any other game circle, I guess this would be laughed at. I'm sorry. Like, those are my 100% honest opinions. I'm just gonna go on
right now. Cook, Kero, cook, my boy.
Oh no, if they did like a Batman traversal demo, people would love it for a Batman game we never saw. But you know what? You make a good point there. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that would be really cool if they did have like invitation only event. Well, I think they're doing this to kind of get people to come to the event. So
right.
that would kind of go against it. But if they had it where only the people in that room couldn't take any, maybe take your phones before you go in the room and show people how a match looks, so maybe they can come back and talk about it, even though it's early, that would have made it a lot more valuable. You're right. But I do find value in the walking demo, though. Personally, I would have gone out there if they didn't announce it 2 weeks early. But hey, I think it's cool. What do you think about it, Loaded?
I think they're lying.
Have you seen this?
I think they're lying. I don't think it's just a movement demo. I think it's gameplay.
Ah, you think they're going to surprise
I don't know why they wouldn't announce that, but I think they just want people to come out.
Why would you not announce that to have people come out for it, though?
Maybe it would be overcrowded. People are going to come bringing cameras out.
I don't think they're that big, my brother. I ain't
Hey,
gonna lie.
I mean, I would. It's like YouTubers just like us. There's some people out there looking for the game, and they're going to want the story. So,
Get the scoop. Yeah.
A movement demo. I mean, we've seen movement like what 2 years ago when Tony Cini was walking around the ring, walking outside. So we've seen it already. I mean, we can go play and see how it feels, but who cares? Why would people fly out just to walk around with just to have a character walk around? Like, why? No, it's a waste. I'm not gonna waste money, waste my time flying out just to do that. So I think they're gonna show a match. I think they're lying. I don't know why they wouldn't announce it, but come on,
I'm gonna be
at
mad,
least
man.
have us play like one match. They have something. This game was announced in 2020.
Try not to laugh.
You're telling me you can't at least play a demo?
We didn't even see one move.
We can't at least play a one-on-one match. Come on. Yeah. It has to be a joke. I think they're gonna have us play a demo.
Show us a suplex, please.
Yeah, show us something.
I'm gonna be mad if they show a match or something.
At least we'll fight forever when that was in development. They showed something throughout the years.
They did show us early stuff.
So I don't know what's going on. I still think the game is coming out. There was a guy that did voiceover for the game. He said the game is coming out next year, so early next year.
He lying. You
think he's lying?
Oh yeah. I mean, what's it called, bro? Dre, he said that we might see the game like late 2023, early 2024. My brother, we getting a walking demo in 2024. What we doing here? You know what I'm saying? But
maybe that was the plan. But I mean, things happen. You know, they are a small team. They got to go out chill with their families during the summer.
And listen.
I mean, UPW's a small team as well.
And listen, I got respect for Virtual Basement, but you got to give them criticism when it's deserved.
Yeah, for sure.
And right now, it's deserved, bro. I get it. They trying to prove this game is real, but bro, y'all been mocapping for 3 years. What's going on?
Mocapping, emphasis on the second part.
Anyone know? When was Ultra Pro Wrestling announced?
I don't know.
We got the Kickstarter thing back. What was that? October? Was it October?
I think it was 2022.
No, it was summer. Maybe it was summertime
of 2022.
Pretty sure it was the end of 2022. Yeah.
So
That's
but
pretty cool.
At least they showed us
Yeah.
gameplay though.
Oh no, sorry, February last year. That was when the Kickstarter I think ended.
Oh, okay.
I think it was announced in the prior, but it was the Kickstarter
Mhm.
was in 2020.
So-
February
Yeah.
2020.
And they've shown us some stuff. You know, the showcase stuff was it was pretty good.
2023.
What are you talking about?
It's
The little
impressive
videos
what
they
they're
were
doing.
doing?
I don't think we see Ultra Pro Wrestling in 2024, but it's
Oh.
impressive what they're doing.
You talking about UPW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
He was
we'll see
asking
it
when
this
they were
year, but
announced.
I think
No,
we'll
no,
see
he
it
was
in
just asking when they
2025.
were announced. When they
Oh yeah.
announced.
Oh
They
yeah.
annou-
Yeah.
Because they announced so far late. What he's saying is they announced so far later than the
And we've
wrestling
seen
code,
actual
and
stuff.
we've seen way more. Like
yeah,
way
and,
more.
and,
Yeah.
and it seems like UPW has a smaller team than what Virtual Basement is working with.
That's
but,
what I'm saying. Like, what's going on?
But they also said this is a passion project. This is something that they just got on the side, bro. They not fun. They funding it themselves. So I don't know.
That's how UPW
All right, well,
started.
Hey, you at least show us a 2-minute match.
Yeah, their biggest problem right now is bad communication. They gotta solve that.
Yeah.
I
Clint,
think
what
we
do you
get-
think about the walking demo?
Well, I agree
Doesn't even
with
sound
Loaded
right.
a little bit. I think they're being tongue in cheek about it, and then they're going to have this awesome one-on-one match and show off some gameplay. I know it's going to anger you because you're like, "Durr." But why do this in such a controlled environment at one little event where you could put it on Steam, where they have all these things? I think there's a thing going on right now for all these indie games with demos. Why not just do it that way? Then everybody could play it, give their 2 cents, and then you guys can go from there. I don't understand wanting to bottleneck it to where you have to fly out to see a movement demo or a walking demo instead of a gameplay thing. That might be all they have. It's just that concept, and they're too busy working on the mocaps and getting everybody rendered into the game before they actually put them in the game to do moves and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I hope Loaded is right. I hope it's just a tongue-in-cheek thing, like, "Hey, it's like we got some matches for you," and then Kenny will be like, smashing his keyboard. But no, I mean, I just wrong way to go about it. I think communication. Come on, guys. We got Steam. You got all these platforms. Don't make it a hidden event. I mean,
I agree with Clint though, bro. Like if it's just walking around, why can't everybody access it on Steam and check it out and put their 2 cents?
Man,
in?
listen, if they put it on Steam, these modders are somehow going to take it off of there and finish the game themselves.
Jesus,
Put
the
it on
devil's
Steam.
advocate.
Oh boy.
What do you think, Mr. Dubbs?
I agree with everything Kero said. I could
Aw.
literally, I couldn't have. He said he
You
had
like
nothing to
going in
say, and then he said everything I was going to say. It was amazing. And it's just because this game was announced in 2020, and we've seen them say, we're doing mocap. We're doing mocap. Wait, guess what, guys? Some more mocap. I haven't seen anything from this game other than a few still pictures of Scott Steiner with his arms out like in the T-pose. You know what I mean? Like, that was great. That was 3 years ago. Where are we since then? Like, everybody said, oh, well, this is why Ultra Pro Wrestling isn't going for ultra realism, because apparently it adds 10 years of development to it.
They're
Like,
about
I
to
don't know,
follow me,
mocap
bro.
what? Can I see what a German suplex looks like in the game? Like, give me something. A walking demo? A walking demo. You gotta be kidding me. Like, they have to be trolling. It's such a joke. If I was them, I hope it's just a walking demo, and it looks terrible, and it crashes. And
Oh,
I'm
come
sorry.
on, Mr.
Damn, buzzer.
Just
Tripping.
so,
You need
just so the
good
next
wrestling
time,
games.
no, just so the next time they want to do this, maybe they'll just fade
Oh.
away.
Oh, it
Just
was
fade
perfect. Hold on.
into darkness until your game is ready for something real to show. Don't feel peer pressure because you advertise this game way too early in development. Oh, we have to show them something. All right, guys. Well, we can walk in a straight line and move to the left and climb this. Let's show them that. I mean, come on.
I think they want to
man.
prove the game is real. I think that's the whole point of this.
Why do you have to invite people out for that? Just put videos out.
Yeah.
Like, just put some videos out. Just instead of inviting people to capture footage of walking, just put out the video of yourself, of them walking.
I can't wait
Come
to walk.
on. So I really hope that Clint and Loaded are onto something, and this is all just, to get some people there to actually capture the footage, to see the diehards that came out or that were close by, get some unique footage to put out, and it is actually a match. I hope you guys are right, because just walking after 4 years, when we were announced that the game was going to be released by now, and all we're getting is walking, a movement demo, that's not a good look, man. I understand the Ultra Pro Wrestling demo was supposed to come out in November, and that's been delayed. I get it, but at least we've seen stuff from them. We get updates And guess what? Guess what they do when they don't have any updates? They disappear and develop. They develop. They get in and start cooking. So I feel bad for these guys if it's a passion project and there's a small team and they have a lot more hoops to go through than they anticipated. I feel for them. Take all the time you need, but if this is legitimately just a movement demo, that's why I'm eager to see what happens. You guys got me thinking this might just be a troll job to get people there, and then they actually get to capture footage of a real match. But if it is just walking, it's so weird, man. That's such a weird thing to advertise for a game. Come check out how you can walk and climb the top rope and climb on this box over here. Climb this chain link fence, and then it doesn't work properly, so you keep climbing even though after the fence has ended 10 feet below. I don't know, man. But I'm excited to see what we get out of it. You guys made me more excited by thinking it's a troll job and they actually are putting match footage, because now you put that idea in my head. Now I'm actually excited for that.
Come on, man. Don't get excited for it. We got to take it for what they're giving us, because if you expect more, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I think it is going to be a movement demo. Because if they were going to give us a match, that would be huge, and you definitely want to sell that. Unless it's like a 5-second clip of gameplay they're going to show, then I guess you don't want to have people fly out there and be disappointed because that's all they got. So, I mean, maybe it's a little bit of that, but I think it's largely just going to be a walking demo. But
they walking demo, but like you said,
so you in here spitting.
They might do a footage, though. They might do a demo that you can play of just the movement. But for those people that came out, here is like a match or like just a footage of a few moves or something extra. That would be good. And then they could put that on their YouTube after that. That would at least be something, right? Because we need to see what the moves look like.
I don't think this is a virtual basement event. I think this is something Tony Chini's doing. He did a lot of mocap for them. So maybe they're throwing him a lob like, you know what, get people out to your show. I don't think this is a virtual basement event.
Oh, he's been the one I didn't know. That virtual basement hasn't promoted this at all.
Nah.
They're mo-capping.
Mo-capping.
But let's go ahead and move on, because we are coming down to the wire here. But one more thing we need to get to before the main event. There is a big AEW event tomorrow. AEW Dynamite. They got a big card. You got Hangman versus Swerve. The winner takes on Samoa Joe at Revolution, I believe. You got Chris Jericho versus Konosuke Takeshita. You got a lot of big matches on there, but there's one big thing there about Tony Khan's big announcement, and people are speculating that Mercedes Moné is going to be announced for a show just like CM Punk was. So that's pretty big. I think they're doing a show in Boston. I think they haven't announced it yet, and they're going to lead into it like they did CM Punk. I think that's a lot of special treatment for her. They're treating her like a big star, just like they did Punk. So I think that's going to turn out very well. What do y'all think? Anybody who wants to jump in.
I think if they are putting that much money, I think if they're putting that much money into Mercedes, if she's getting the contract she wanted, that Charlotte Flair money or more to go to AEW, because I feel like AEW has to pay stars more than they would want from WWE to get them over there for the most part. And if they're paying them that kind of money, that is top star. That, I think only John Moxley then at that case, or very few people in that company would be making more than she is. So you best believe they better be highlighting her, putting her on the top of cards, putting her in the main events, pay-per-views, and making her feel like the star that they are paying her to be. You don't pay someone $5-10 million a year and have them sitting on the sidelines. You have them at every event. You promote the hell out of them. So I really hope that the video I made months ago when we thought we were getting the surprise when it turned out to be Will Ospreay's signing.
Right.
I'm really hoping that we get Mercedes this Wednesday. At least the
I don't think
announcement.
she'll come out this Wednesday. I think they got the show scheduled. Yeah, the announcement. I don't think he's going to announce it. I think he's going to do what's
surprise for Boston. He's like, my announcement is for another announcement. I've got an announcement of an announcement for Boston. Guys, just remember the name.
LOL.
I did hear that she was recording some stuff for AEW. So maybe
she's in there.
Maybe we could get some. No, I know that she's under contract at this point, but more so, there was a report. I forgot who reported this, but they said that Mercedes was actually working on recording a video package, so they could show us that tomorrow, along with the announcement letting us know, hey, she's gonna debut here, and that's gonna be it. Because I think AEW right now, they need the ratings pop, and they also need an incentive for people to show up, because people are not showing up right now. So I think you tell them, hey, she's gonna be here, and you fill that arena out as much as you can.
Yeah.
because they're
So
struggling,
she's
bro.
the biggest star. She's big. She's a bigger star than their world champion right now than Samoa Joe. Y'all might want to argue that fact, but I think that's a big fact.
No, I'm not arguing.
People aren't coming out to see Samoa Joe ever since he became the champion. Attendance and everything has been going down.
It was already going that
You
way.
can't blame Samoa Joe on that, bro.
I think it's
No,
Samoa
you
Joe's
can't.
fault. Your champion is
Wow,
your champion got the
Kenny.
company on his back. I know y'all are
Wow.
Samoa Joe fans,
Wow.
but it's what it is.
Hold on.
It is what it is,
Hold on.
guys.
Even when
Cutting
MJF
deep,
was champ,
man.
they were still struggling to sell out arenas.
Listen, your champion determines the house. People are coming to the show to see the champion, and people aren't coming.
What were we
Not
saying
the
about those
champion.
declining houses back in the mid-90s when Undertaker was champion?
It's the Usos.
It was early days. WCW.
Yeah, exactly. It was on the down slope, and
Yeah.
Taker as champion didn't help.
Oh, look at
Like,
you,
you know what I'm
Samoa Joe
saying?
defending him.
Yeah,
It is
I know,
what it
they
is.
can go low blows on everybody.
It is what it is. Ever since Samoa Joe's been the champion, I've been less interested in the show. He's such a beatable guy.
I think
But
that's
what did
such
you want them
a
to do?
message to say.
MJF was injured. What did you want them to do, right? Like, they've already booked the match before MJF got in, or whatever. You know,
They said he was
booked
set
it
to
right
win
after
before
he-
MJF was injured.
You think
I
Sasha?
mean,
sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, do you really think? Sorry, Mercedes, not Sasha. I keep calling her
Sasha is
Sasha.
fine.
Do you really think she's gonna do anything for the company? I mean, might get pop for a week or two, and then it'll go right back down. I mean,
No.
she's a
don't
big
think she's gonna
star,
do
but
anything
she's
for the
not like a
company.
company-saving star to me, anyway. I don't know
No,
why
I
they
think-
make such a big
I agree.
deal.
She's not a
No,
but
but
this
this
is
is all in
positioning.
I think
positioning.
she's a Twitter saving star. I think
Hmm.
she's
I just don't. I don't understand why they think she's such a mega star. I mean, she's awesome.
But I think-
she's not
I think
like.
Tony Khan's
She's
concerned
a star,
with
but
his
she ain't no CM
engagement.
Punk.
Yeah, but I think Tony Khan's concerned with engagement as far as online. When people, if it's well received, people stop hating on him for how he books the women's division out of this and
For a
things like
second.
that. You know what I mean? I think that's means a lot to Tony Khan because he knows, like, over time, like, the ratings can come, the houses can come if he starts booking a stronger product, which I think in the last little while they have slowly been doing that. And I don't disagree that Samoa Joe's not the champion we all wanted because still think he's the transitional champion and they're going to pull the belt off him at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I
still
just think
we're gonna be-
AEW right now needs to be building stars, and Samoa Joe is not a star you can build. He's already a guy who's been there,
He's
done
48. It's over.
I
that. Yeah,
agree.
they gotta start building superstars. Like you
But you
can't
don't
just
build a star
stars.
by
If you
making
wanna
them a
get people coming
transitional
to the house,
champion.
you gotta position these
Well-
guys in a better light. I mean, you're putting Hangman Page against Swerve Strickland again. Hangman is a star. He can't afford to lose another match.
I don't think it's
So
going
where do you
to.
go
I,
with
th-
that?
Triple
I
threat.
think it's going to be triple threat. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be triple threat, but now you got a match on TV with no finish like a WWE
Oh,
show.
We
So
lost Dubs.
And Tony Khan loves talking about, oh yeah, we don't got no DQ finishes over here. So let's see how
Yeah.
you
You
do,
think-
my
But I
boy.
think Swerve wins the title.
yes, Jungle Boy is my boy. He's building himself in New Japan. He's going to come back to AEW a bigger star than he ever was.
So
I mean, none of
50%.
these matter,
I agree
man.
with
The
you there.
AEW is
I agree
rotten
with you there,
at the
Kenny.
core. The foundation is wrong. Tony Khan is the problem. So you
Rotten
can
at the Core was another company.
you can bring in the
Yeah, I
Rock
think it's
to
another company that's
AEW.
I
rotten
think you're
at the
thinking
core
of the
It's not
wrong
gonna
company
change.
that had a leader that was rotten at the core. I'm pretty sure.
No,
you're
look,
thinking of it.
it has a
The whole
TNA
structure.
stink now. Like it has a certain reputation that's never gonna be able to get rid of. I'm sorry, it's too
It
late.
will.
I
They will.
100% disagree with you. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think they're just in a down
Kero,
point
I
right now.
agree with you.
WWE was in the down.
There
zone
you
for a
go,
long time.
Brian.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
the
go, my
WWE
boy.
fanboys agree, of course.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just like the
WWE is in a down
AEW
Don't
mark,
worry.
agree.
Brian,
Yeah.
Don't worry, Brian. You'll be on board with the AEW train right after WrestleMania. I guarantee you that one.
All
Oh,
right,
we'll
man.
get to that one.
I
We'll get to that
Let-
one.
let's get into it. Let's
WWE,
get it.
y'all praising WWE over AEW right now is crazy. Because look at
Yeah,
the
it
guys
is.
y'all serve. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
We don't even know if Triple H had any sexual deviances going on.
Kenny, come
And y'all
on,
were
dog.
praising
Allegedly.
Come on, don't do
Wait,
that.
so-
Don't do that.
Come on.
Wait. We
Isn't
can talk
Triple H
about
your favorite
AEW
wrestler?
and sexual stuff
look at
too.
WWE
Let's
putting
do
Hulk
it.
Hogan in my face at the Royal Rumble. How disrespectful.
So you're telling
This
me
guy
everybody
said
in
he
AEW was an
hates
angel?
words
What?
and all of that. They're gonna make
Come
me
on.
sit
Don't AEW
Here
got
we
Ric
go.
Flair on your TV screen? Come on now,
I
bro.
really- never said that. I never
every
heard of
Wednesday
Ric Flair
night on
like that.
Dynamite, you can watch him. Greatest
Yeah, Ric-
person.
Ric
I never
Flair and his
heard of Ric Flair say
helicopter.
I don't got to worry about Tony Khan putting Ric Flair in Hulk Hogan in my face after what he said. That's all I got to say.
How about what Ric
Right,
Flair
right.
did?
Yeah, helicopter man.
Vince McMahon did worse than that, as we know right now.
We ain't-
Oh,
but Vince,
so
Vince
what
McMahon
about
is not on
him? I
TV
get it.
though. Vince is not on
Allegedly.
TV. He's actually gone.
Vince McMahon was
Allegedly.
on TV for years, even when he was doing that.
Okay,
stuff.
and
Vince
I
McMahon
understand,
was
but
on
we're talking
WrestleMania
about when
last
it
year.
we're talking about when it's been
Allegedly.
unraveled and we know what allegedly happened.
Allegedly.
Man was on TV last year, doing it up.
He came out right after the allegations. Remember that? The first time the
Then
allegations came out, he
Stephanie
stormed out
McMahon
the cross
had
saying
people
everything's good.
Yeah,
I'm in
Stephanie
charge.
McMahon had this man cheered in the ring after it happened.
Yeah, he got
Miss
himself cheered in
McMahon
the
was
ring
the
right
owner of the
after.
goddamn company.
Disgusting.
Yeah, but y'all tripping. Let's
WWE is
go
a
on ahead and get into the main
disgusting
event, big dog. Come on, let's get it. I'm ready. I'm amped up. Let's do
don't
it.
try to run
Nice
down.
move,
Don't try to run
Right.
down.
I know,
So
right?
Mercedes Moné, we're looking forward to having her in AEW. We will be
Very
watching
much so.
AEW.
Can't wait
tomorrow
till she's
night, right,
buried
Bryan?
in AEW. Let's do it.
Yes.
Right, Bryan?
I
AEW
cannot wait to
tomorrow
see
night.
Swerve.
Oh, we'll be watching it tomorrow night.
How
All
are we
right,
not
let's go
excited
ahead
to
and get
see
to the main
Swerve
event,
become
y'all.
champion? We are literally witnessing the rise of Swerve. This was like
Yes,
the rise
rise
of
of the
it's
star.
taken 10
Remember-
years to happen.
Remember
man,
how
that's the problem.
WCW was burying WWE up until Austin went on the rise, and then when he finally
Mhm.
got that
No,
championship win,
WCW.
that
Okay.
turned the whole company around and crushed WCW.
Crushed them.
WCW
Look what's
was actually
happening in
competition,
WWE
though.
right now. Swerve Strickland, baby, he's going to be a breakout star. You just mark
Exactly.
my words.
Hold
Swerve
on.
Strickland said
Mark my
WWE
words.
called me while I was under contract with AEW and tried to get me back over there, and I told them cancel Christmas. Not happening.
Boom.
Can I blame him?
That is
Hell
my
nah.
AEW champion. That is my AEW champion right there. That's who I want to see.
All right.
Shout
Was
out
it
to
those
Big
exact
Swerve
words, or
Strickland.
was it more colorful? Like, told those mofos to.
I think he said no. He didn't burn any bridges, but he just
Okay.
said no because over there you can't really control your destiny like you can over here.
Yep.
Swerve is my RVD of 2023, and I hope he gets booked well.
Joseph says Swerve is
2024.
Stone Cold. I
He
don't
about
know,
to get-
Joseph. We got to give him
Buried.
time.
It ain't gonna
Get
happen.
the golden shovel.
Do you think they'll bring back Kenny Omega to just come in and squash Samoa Joe and then build
Kenny
up Kenny Omega?
is in
Kenny
the
Omega's
hospital right
probably
now.
For a
out for at
while.
least
Kenny
a
Omega's
year.
down for the
I'm
count
just saying,
right
like
now.
a boom,
Yeah,
he
I
comes
don't think
back,
Kenny's coming
squashes
back for a
Samoa
long
Joe. I don't know. I'm just throwing
Hey,
stuff out
Samoa
there.
Joe, why would you throw Samoa Joe out there? You think Samoa Joe's going to be anywhere close to that title in a year from now? You're crazy. Will Ospreay will be champion.
Samoa
in a
Joe
year
might
from
not
now.
even be in AEW a year from now. Let's keep it a
Exactly.
We
buck.
always want to have Brock
Real.
Lesnar beat all the black champions. I think that was another Vince fantasy. But
That
we'll
was
have
a
to go
Vince
ahead and
thing.
talk about that
He
part
seemed to
later.
do that.
Brock
What a
allegedly,
team to do.
not Brock. Never mind. I ain't gonna get into that.
No, we don't need to talk about the names of things that he used in his house.
Let's
What
go
if
ahead and
AEW
move on to the
picks up
main
Brock?
event because last week on
Ding,
SmackDown,
ding, ding.
Cody Rhodes
whoa.
was made to look like the biggest idiot in
Mhm.
pro wrestling history. This man came out to the ring and told Roman Reigns, I want that belt. I love that belt and I need that belt. And I'm coming for that belt. But not at WrestleMania because I took some counseling from the man himself. Boom, boom, boom. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. You know what they say. Don't let nobody trick you out of your spot. Cody Rhodes 100% got tricked out of his spot. This idiot let The Rock sit down and talk to him and said, listen, you don't need to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Let me do it. And Cody Rhodes said, okay, I'll go out to the ring and tell everybody. Talk about a castration on live TV. You know what, Mr. Dubbs, what did you think about this segment? And let's just start with the segment. What did you think about the segment?
I didn't understand it. I really didn't understand the purpose. I thought they did an amazing job on Raw of building up the World Heavyweight Championship with Seth Rollins. I thought Seth Rollins made a great case to make me actually care about that championship for the very first time. And I thought, wow, maybe they are going this route since they're going with The Rock to Roman. I wonder how they're going to play this out and explain why he's not going after Roman. And then they let Roman completely bury. And I've heard allegedly that the now that Vince isn't there, they're going away from the fully super scripted everything, that they're letting the talent have more creative input on the promos. So it sounds like Roman may have just been shooting on Rollins, just saying, sorry, little brother, because Rollins this week on Raw said nothing about in regards to, no reply to what Roman said. Roman buried this man, buried his title, buried everything about him, said, you work 10 times as many dates as me and I make 10 times as much money as you. Like, brother, that, like, no response to that at all. You're burying the other brand. You're burying the other guys. Like, I don't know. That's the kind of thing that CM Punk basically left AEW for, was this exact kind of thing. And it really would get under people's skin. So I don't know why they buried that title. I don't know why they're burying Cody Rhodes. The only thing that made sense to me was the board of directors said, we need to bury this Vince story. It's too much in the news. It's hotter than we thought it was going to be. And Dwayne just said, hold my tequila, boys. went out there, said, boom, we're gonna give the fans what they think they want. They think they're gonna get the Cody Rhodes. We're gonna get them all hyped for it. And then boom, pull the carpet from under them because they knew they would get this response. And The Rock says, I don't care. They can boo me out of the building. This story is getting buried. I'm part of the board of directors. We are not losing sponsors over this. You know what I mean? We don't know the details about that Netflix deal. We don't know if there was anything in the contract stating blah, 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 this, if this happens. So that ink might not have been dry on that $5 billion deal. And if that's the case, The Rock's like, boo me out of the building, cancel Christmas, hate me on social media. I don't care. I'm making sure we get this paycheck. So I think the only reason I can think they did it and intentionally so poorly booked the way they did in burying their top stars, I think it was all intentional to get this reaction, get your Daniel Bryan momentum and reaction behind Cody Rhodes. So the fans organically themselves are so pissed at the booking that they try and take over the shows and make him a bigger star than he is, as well as nobody in my timelines anywhere is talking about Vince anymore. It stopped the second that SmackDown was over and The Rock came out and did that. All the Vince talk just got completely silenced. So if that really was the goal, mission accomplished. The Rock's a genius. Yeah. And I made a video on that. It's a genius move.
Make sure y'all check out Mr.Dubbs' channel. Going up in the numbers. We try to get Mr.Dubbs to 1,000 subscribers. If y'all have not subscribed to Mr.Dubbs, please go do it as soon as this video is over. Loaded, what did you think about this segment on Friday?
I was shocked. I'm like, what is going on? So Cody stepped aside and let The Rock take his WrestleMania spot when he just won the Rumble. I'm like, what's going on? I want to see The Rock and Roman, but not like this.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect this much backlash from fans. I mean, I didn't think fans cared that much about Cody finishing the story, but yeah, they really do, because they felt like The Rock did him dirty and he really kind of abused his power ever since he became a board member. So yeah, even the ticket, they got a boost in ticket sales for Raw because of this, because everyone kept talking about it. They were so pissed. It jumped from 7,000 to 10,000, so that they sold 10,000 tickets.
Yeah,
because of this. So if this was intentional, then yeah, just like Dub said, The Rock is a genius. So this all of this may have been planned. But, all these marks are going to be like, oh, no, they messed up. They're trying to pivot. So now they want to give the fans what they want. You don't know that. The whole thing could have been planned to get you all riled up. We don't know. But I think Cody will find his way to that main event on night 2. We just have to wait and see what happens. But, yeah. He even said on Twitter, trust me, guys. Just trust the process.
I think he's trying to calm everybody down.
I don't think so. No, he knows something. But whatever their plan is, I think a few people know about it.
Yeah. All right, Clint, what do you think? Did you see the segment?
Obviously.
Just making sure. I don't watch all the time.
At first, I was like, what in the God's name are they doing? But the more I thought about it, the more I really dissected it, and I even made a video on it too, talking about it. If this was planned, then we all got those of us that weren't in the moment got worked. We all got worked. If this is a planned out thing, and this is what they said in the back, could be the biggest pivot for WWE in the next 10 years, for the next decade or whatever. I mentioned that in my video because what does every WrestleMania have every single year? They have some huge entity from outside of wrestling, like Muhammad Ali, Mr. T, Cyndi Lauper, you name it. They always bring in someone from another entity to bring in new fans to the business, to expand wrestling fans. And that's that bubble thing we were talking about. But if this was planned, you just made Cody a global sensation because of the Twitter thing with social media. Social media has really helped this explode. Imagine if they had social media back in the Attitude Era in the 80s. Imagine how much bigger wrestling would be back then. It's holy crap. But there's so many ways they could book this. I don't know if you want to go into that now, but the segment itself, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, I think I'm on to what you're doing there. So, sorry, Bryan, but I think that was...
We're about to get to me in a second.
Cody.
I got a lot to say.
It helped.
We gonna get to
I think in the long run, makes Cody look like an idiot right now. But if in the end it makes him look that much bigger of a star, then it was worth it.
All right.
He
Kero,
hasn't
the
made a
GOAT,
decision yet.
Mr.
Yeah.
Valentine.
He's made a decision. I don't know. First off, I gotta say, him just stepping aside and giving the main event to The Rock, no matter what happens after this, it could be the greatest story that we ever see. It's not. I'll never forget it. It's damaging to his character forever, and kind of makes Cody into less than what he is. Honestly, it's just like, many people said this, but it doesn't make it wrong. It's like Stone Cold stepping aside for Bruno Sammartino when he suddenly returns, saying like, "All right, man, you just take the main event, whatever." It just makes him super weak. It's like, do you even want to be at the main event? Like, what's going on there? So like storyline wise, kayfabe wise, this is not good at all. This is honestly terrible. But like when I look at the backstage, that's where it gets confusing with all these allegations with The Rock potentially holding power due to his position at TKO. I could see, my theory is that The Rock just went in there thinking that, you know what, people are going to eat this up. They're not going to dislike me. Come on, I'm The Rock, baby. I'm not the main event. Roman Reigns versus The Rock. It doesn't matter how we do it. We just got to get to it. And, well, he was expecting, I'm sure, some backlash, but not this much. Not this much. And now that they've gotten this, they're like, the WWE is like, we meant to do this. You see, we're smart. We totally meant to do this, man. You fall into so many of our traps. It's great. It's wild. So I think that's what's going on here.
So you don't think it had anything to do with damage control over Vince? Because I think that was like 99% of the reason.
I don't think so. I mean, I think it was a happy, what do you call it? A happy accident? Go ahead, kiddo.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I can't give you a straight answer to that as well. But the fact is, like a lot of less people are talking about the allegations now. So
yeah,
I mean, people are flipping out, but he hasn't made a decision yet.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
That's what they say.
Hold
the
that
decision
thought.
was made on Friday.
What happened on Friday
they're...
did make him look stupid, though. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why would
it's like
you
the biggest fumble ever.
Why would you step aside to let The Rock take your WrestleMania spot? It's stupid, but I don't know. He should not choose that world title, though. But go ahead, Bryan.
Let's go ahead and hear from Bryan. What do you got to say? What do you think about the segment, Bryan?
All right, bro. I thought the segment was dumb. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was just ridiculous, bro. All right. You got Roman Reigns come out, bury his belt in Seth Rollins. Exactly. No pop. Like, that was crazy. And it was just bad, bro. Now, the Cody situation, when he came out, he buried that belt too. So now he will look twice. He already looked stupid by saying, hey, The Rock is going to take the main event. Now you're going to look twice as stupid, my boy, when you already said that this is not the title you want and you take that match. Now we know that that he has not made his decision yet. I don't know if things are going to change, y'all. And I'm going to be honest. I know that a lot of y'all were saying damage control. I'll be honest. I'm one of the biggest Cody Rhodes fans, bro, as you guys know. And I did not know that Cody had this type of pull. I'm not going to lie. I did not think that social media was going to explode.
It's fake pull.
No, it's not
fake outrage.
It's not fake outrage.
Fake outrage.
It's not fake. Let me finish, big bro. All right, then we'll get to it.
This is where we getting spicy. I'm not letting you spin these false narratives.
No, it's not. But I didn't know Cody Rhodes had this pool where people were going to start a "We Want Cody" movement and this, that, and the other. I mean, bro, the guy had
movement.
The guy had
a little extreme.
I mean, it's we talk about all right, a hashtag, but 400,000.
You tell me when a whole stadium.
Hold on, I'll let y'all all talk.
Or an MLB game.
I'll let y'all all talk though.
Yeah, be fair, boys.
I'll let y'all all talk, bro. I stay quiet the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It was 400,000 tweets. 400. It doesn't matter if it was people, whatever the case was. All we know is that WWE acknowledged it, and now they're like, all right, what the hell are we going to do next? Because to me,
they're not.
To me, The Rock and the Roman Reigns match that was set in stone on Friday when The Rock and Roman Reigns faced off. To me, that's what it was. Then now that Monday comes around and they're like, oh, it's not official yet. Tune in on Thursday and see if it's official. It's like, dog, what are we doing here? So it's disappointing for Cody how they handled the segment. And I know that I'm a little bit all over the place right now because it's just been too much to digest.
Yeah.
But the whole Cody Rhodes thing, bro, I just think it was wrong how they did it. How a part-timer just comes in, he got his spot. I really don't care about the match. The match is cool, and I've said this before. It's the way that it was booked. You booked that match differently. Like now you damage Cody's character in the process. You damage Seth Rollins in the process. You damage the World Heavyweight Championship in the process. So to me, that segment was horrid. You got so many other ways to do this, and that's that. Now they're stuck behind the wall because they didn't realize this backlash was going to come. You have people that with millions of followers talking about we want Cody. Like that's another thing too that they weren't expecting. And Rocky suck chance, huh? Yeah. You have people tweeting Rocky sucks. And then you have people saying it at the show. They're hijacking the show. They're taking over the show.
Hijacking the show. Come on.
Come on.
No,
you didn't watch when Bryan Danielson was on. Those were shows.
Of course, I watched when Daniel Bryanson was on. Let's not do that. I watched that. But what I'm saying is, they literally turned down the mic yesterday. There's a video of Cody during a match, and they. Okay, whatever you want to call it. They still don't want to hear that. They still don't want to hear that though. Nobody wants.
They only did it when Cody came out.
Okay, and the WWE officials still don't want people to do that. The Rocky suck chance, which is why they turned down the mics.
If it was a plan, why wouldn't they want people to do that?
That isn't the plan, and they're acting like it's the plan. They're just trying to save face right now. That was not the plan. They did not expect this to happen.
Fake outrage.
No,
this is wrestling fans.
We're not falling for it. If
together,
Damage Control, what they were doing for the Vince thing, Damage Control is they were expecting. I
think that was
they were expecting.
They were going to get this reaction.
No, they were no. I don't think so. I think
they're multi-billion-dollar credit company.
No, hold on. Let me finish. I think that the Damage Control came in. The Rock is going to come in, and they thought, all right, we're going to get Rock is headlining WrestleMania. Those are going to be the headlines. Nobody expected for this whole Cody thing to be covered by TMZ, ESPN, USA. It was covered by national media outlets.
Okay, and how does that make wrestling look? How does that make wrestling fans look? When the biggest movie star in the world comes to WWE to give them a main event at WrestleMania, but everybody's wait, we want Cody. We want Cody, the guy we see every week on his TV.
Okay, hold on.
That means those fans are passionate.
Star in Hollywood comes to the WWE, ruins everything that's going on.
Ruined all the plans. Ruined all the plans.
Put a big poster in the wall. People see that poster on the wall.
Let's frame it correctly, man. Let's frame it correctly.
Not think twice when they see it. I'm not watching wrestling. That's just two wrestlers.
I gotta agree with Kero.
You put the Rock and Roman Reigns on that poster. Now you got people interested,
and that's fine. But I gotta agree with Kero though with that because Kero just you framing it in a narrative that makes The Rock seem like he just played hero.
He's an angel. Like I didn't know that.
He is playing a hero. That's another thing wrestling fans don't understand. CM Punk is down.
Ooh, wrestling fans are dumb.
What are we going to do to save this WrestleMania card?
Okay, and I
don't have a main event for night one now.
That's fine.
My tequila.
Who's going to buy a ticket to see Seth Rollins versus Gunther? For night one,
that wasn't going to be the main event.
On that ticket, you got to put
Cody
Rhodes
if
on
you
night
didn't
one.
bury everyone.
So let me ask you a question, Kenny.
Main event night two.
All right,
and wrestling fans don't know how to appreciate it.
Okay, Kenny, let me ask you a question then, because you guys are a big advocate of Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. Let's go ahead. Let's go. No, I'm talking about last year. I'm talking about last year. I'm talking about last year when he was at his peak. I'm talking about
when he was at his peak. He's never been in the same ring as Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn was in the same light. But
my point is, when the Cody movement started, you guys started saying, "Oh, Cody did this to him." So would you go on ahead and put Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns on the poster at WrestleMania?
In the ring with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn is mid-card talent.
Now, but he was super hot when they went to Montreal for the last year's Elimination Chamber.
That's another
thing. He was the hottest babyface of the company last year.
Over just nothing. Sami Zayn.
Well, let's pause there. Like, I'm not the biggest Sami Zayn fan. I'm not the biggest Sami Zayn fan, but he had a good run last year. Let's not try and downplay it. He was
a great run right now. Let's put him in there with Roman Reigns.
R-Truth and Sami Zayn's story can't compare from last year. Let's be honest. You disrespected Sami at this point.
For like a week. If you put him in there with Roman Reigns, he could have did the same thing. Sami Zayn was just a guy who lucked up and got in that spot.
I don't know, bro. I'd have to disagree.
You're telling me right now, Sami Zayn.
I'd have to disagree. I think you're greatly disrespecting Sami right now because Sami Zayn actually did a very good job last year. Did a very good job last year.
He was in a spot anybody could have been in. They just put him in that spot.
Okay, but you can't discredit him that way.
No freaking way.
Let's put
Y'all
Santino
saying
Morella in that spot. Let's see how much you enjoy it.
Cesaro in Sami Zayn's place, he could not cut the promo. Not in a second, he would die. He's like, guys, I want to be Roman Reigns, and nobody could give a crap. He didn't have the charisma. No, Sami Zayn
had
his flowers, brother.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Sami Zayn,
I think
Sami Zayn did not have a charisma. He's a joke. Sami Zayn looks like a bum.
Okay,
he's the ultimate underdog. He is the Daniel Bryan role. He is literally the Daniel Bryan.
Y'all like the story of the bloodline.
I would agree, Dubbs. In that storyline on his side,
the ultimate underdog style.
Yeah,
Sami Zayn is in the storyline pretending like he's one of the guys, so he deserves to be in the main event at WrestleMania.
No,
y'all are telling me Sami Zayn should be in the main event.
Who's saying that? Who's saying that? We're disagreeing. We're disagreeing that you said that any guy could be in. Put Santino Marella in Sami Zayn's spot. Let's see how well that goes.
Santino Marella was in Sami Zayn's spot as like one of the last two in the Royal Rumble.
Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes, though. You're disrespecting Sami right now.
Listen, you could put anybody in that spot, and it's going to work.
Put Brian Cage in that spot. Let's see how that goes, buddy.
He came in there as a joke, just like R-Truth is doing with the Judgment Day. Sami Zayn could not hold a WrestleMania. It's not even the same.
R-Truth and Sami Zayn are not even remotely close. Their storylines are similar, but the reaction they're gonna get and the perception of the wrestlers.
I don't agree. We've seen R-Truth have a good storyline with John Cena, main event level storyline.
No, he wasn't. Capital Punishment was one of the worst pay-per-views of all time. Nobody watched that shit.
Character, he can make it work.
Yep, I agree. What I will say though about this whole thing, bro. Imagine that you work at a job and you were going to get promoted, and this guy just comes out of nowhere, and they tell you that you're going to get promoted the week before. The guy comes out of nowhere and okay, I understand that it's wrestling, bro, but I dislike the fact how you're trying to say that this was well done just because he's coming from Hollywood. No, it's not. It was a horrible job.
Well done. I did not say this was well done. I never said that.
Yeah, but you keep framing it like he just came in and saved the day. WrestleMania was
you got two of your biggest stars out now,
and WrestleMania was virtually sold out already. So regardless, it was fun.
So that's another thing I want to touch on. Y'all keep saying this show is sold out. It's not sold out.
It is sold out.
It's not sold out.
You're showing resale tickets.
Now the events is sold out, but the resellers are still selling the tickets.
It's still sold out.
So, I mean, it's not sold out.
It's still sold out.
All of those seats are not filled right now.
They may sell more tickets now that The Rock is involved.
Boom, they'll have more seats filled now that The Rock is involved.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we all wanted in the end. Like, that's the right move.
They sold more tickets for Raw because of this. So they're going to sell more tickets for Mania.
Yo,
my boy, good. You're ruining so many things.
My boy for the super chat. We appreciate you, man.
You're ruining so many things. Y'all don't understand.
That's the thing, though, Kero.
People who don't watch wrestling will come watch wrestling because The Rock's in the main event.
Yeah, you can have your cake and eat it too.
Y'all want Cody in the main event? Are y'all trying
to make Cody look the weakest person of all time?
You gotta understand.
I agree.
You gotta understand.
There you go, Rock.
They should
take my main event.
This is the big.
Shout outs to Real Take Wrestling. Much love, brother.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
No, don't shout out Real Take Wrestling. We're not going to shout him out right now.
Are you kidding me? He just left us another $5.
Yeah, but listen, this is the right now.
You're mad.
This is the.
I'm not mad. That's my boy. That's Omar.
Yes.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I know.
But back to what I'm saying. This is one of the Cody Rhodes story has became one of the biggest stories ever since he came in.
You are in the wrestling bubble right now, Brian. I'm trying to.
This is not a wrestling bubble. Do you not remember what happened last night? This is not a wrestling bubble. If Twitter was a wrestling bubble, those chants would have not gone down last night. If Twitter was a wrestling bubble, as you say it is, it would have not gone down last night. It would have just been a Twitter movement, whatever y'all want to call it, a hashtag. It would have just been that. It would have been no more than that.
Please respond to that for me.
Would have been no more than that. It would have been no more than that.
Can somebody please respond to that? I have to do it.
Brian, on your promotion analogy, you basically just pitched the movie The Promotion with John C. Reilly and Sean William Scott, where the guy was guaranteed his promotion. He was a shoo-in. He'd worked there for years. And then this guy came in from Canada, from another branch, came in to come and steal the promotion right from under.
About the promotion right now. He just said if Twitter was a wrestling bubble,
Cody Rhodes had the
compared it to another wrestling bubble.
Because you keep calling it a bubble, bro. Like, I understand.
How could you say the wrestling arena isn't a wrestling bubble?
Like,
the people on Twitter from the wrestling bubble go to wrestling shows.
Because casuals can show up all the time. I've taken friends of mine that have never watched wrestling before to a wrestling show.
Yeah, but Brian, so what Kenny's trying to say is you're both right. You're just not hearing each other. Whereas Brian's saying, obviously Twitter matters because look at the fan reactions and what's happening in the arenas. What Kenny's trying to tell you is like, we're not talking about in the arena. We're talking about the millions
No,
of people that are going to watch WrestleMania.
Because those fans on Twitter are the fans in the arena.
But you're talking about the millions of people that The Rock is going to draw in to watch WrestleMania on Peacock just by having his name there headlining one of the nights.
And like I said, bro, that's okay. But at the end of the day, I don't care about what's the big money match. And like I said, I don't mind this match. It's whatever at this point. It's just the way it was done. I'm not getting cut a check from WWE because they put The Rock in the match. It don't matter to me.
I'm calling cap because before this was even done, you was like, you don't want to see The Rock at WrestleMania.
Yes, because Cody's story was progressing so well. We knew that he was most likely going to win the Rumble.
Again, does not matter in this situation. This is WrestleMania. If you got The Rock, you put The Rock.
How does it not matter? How does it not matter when he just won the Rumble? Now, Kenny. Now
you see how it doesn't matter because they're putting somebody else in the spot.
Hold on, Kenny. Hold on. Now, the show that we both flew out for, the show that you spent an X amount of money for on that seat. I'm not gonna go on ahead and say it, but now that doesn't matter. You just went and spent all that money, and that does not matter.
I'm satisfied.
It was a great. No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But you gotta understand where.
You know, I love wrestling, but I know how to look outside of that bubble.
I understand it.
I realize the business behind this.
Yes,
Seth Rollins does not have an opponent right now. We don't even know if he's going to be back in time. For one,
he's going to be back. I mean, he's already taking bumps.
He's night one. Brock Lesnar is out. That's another star.
Yeah, it's a business. You have to respect your viewers.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Just because you want to bring in an extra 3 million casuals,
nothing is forever.
That don't mean how. This is how you do it, bro. You haven't won the Rumble.
What do you want to watch on night one? Okay, Cody Rhodes faces Roman Reigns.
All right, let's say
main event of night one.
All right, I'm gonna go on ahead on a limb. You can probably build these guys in the next 2-3 months or 2 months.
No. This is WrestleMania time. There's no time to build, baby.
I mean, there's 2 months. There's 2 months to build.
Build time is during the year. It's time to go.
There's 2 months to build.
Who's a big enough star right now that you put on night one to get
if it's not even about stars. I think that right now
it's about stars. Stars sell tickets. That's why AEW got empty shows because they don't got no stars. So,
Jesus,
who is the star on night one?
Okay, well, obviously, the women are going to headline the show. That's already a done deal. I would do if it was up to me.
Are you going to buy an $800 ticket to go see Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley in the main event?
No, but that's the reality. That's going to be the main event regardless. That's the main event regardless.
If Cody Rhodes, I got one more question for you. If Cody Rhodes was main eventing against Seth Rollins on night one, are you buying a ticket?
I would have gone because I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. That's it. I would have gone because I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. But
I rest my case. You have to put Cody Rhodes on night one.
No, you don't.
So how are you going to get people in the building on night one?
People are going to go regardless. What are you like? What is your point? You put.
I'm not going.
You put.
I'm not going to night one.
And that's fine. That's you. But WrestleMania is going to sell.
I am not buying a ticket to night one. You put Cody Rhodes or nobody's on there. I'm not going to see.
I'm not saying this is the main event by any chance, but if you want to talk about who you put in the world title match, I would do Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn. That's my triple threat.
Are you buying a ticket?
That's my triple threat.
Oh, no.
That's my triple. Who else would you put? Are you going to put Drew McIntyre, who's been beaten twice?
Cody Rhodes.
I'm not talking. No, this is Cody Rhodes. This is what Cody Rhodes in night 2. This is Cody Rhodes in night 2. This is the scenario that Kenny put out. We're talking about the world title match. It's not going to main event anyway because the women are main eventing. That's the plan already.
Cody Rhodes and
it still matters what's on night one though.
Bro,
it doesn't matter if it's the main event or not.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who goes on last. Who's on the show that I'm going to see?
Because if you want to talk about talent, if Cody is on night 2, you can't do Seth versus Drew because he already beat him twice. Like that's what I'm saying. Cody and Seth, like we've seen this 3 times.
Drew is not a main event star right now. I'm not buying a ticket.
Drew is doing great stuff right now, though. I can't discredit him.
He's doing great stuff, but I'm not buying a ticket to go see Drew McIntyre fight anybody.
Okay,
I would buy a ticket to Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and I'm gonna buy a ticket to night 2 to see The Rock and Roman Reigns. That's how you get somebody to buy 2 tickets.
Okay, all right, so let's do this.
Imagine actually building up Drew McIntyre and Cody and not ruining them with people like The Rock.
That's all I'm saying.
You
actually buried Seth more, so now the Seth versus Cody match don't even matter.
Cody beat Drew McIntyre 2 times, right? So why do I want to see that match?
Okay, and why do you want to see Seth versus Cody? He beat him 3 times with a tall pack.
And because Seth is a star. That's why.
Bro, Seth just got buried. Seth isn't even Seth right now. Seth isn't even Seth right now.
At all.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, but I mean, if that's your only option, I understand. Book it.
No, that's not your only
You
option.
got a grudge match. You got 2 stars, and Seth Rollins saying, "I got to beat you. I feel like you're better than me. I got to beat you at WrestleMania."
Bro,
Boom. You got
this
the
is
story right there.
this is
And
what
these
I
guys are
dislike.
already stars, so you don't have to build
but
them up in 2 months.
this is what I dislike about it, though, that a lot of people act like WWE has been in this horrible place with roster and talent. Arguably, right now, their roster has been very, very good over the past year.
Who are the stars? Tell me who are the stars and why we got to bring them
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about.
Ricochet,
I'm talking
number
about,
30, Ricochet.
I mean, I don't really care about Ricochet, but what I'm saying is that in terms of talent and the roster, it hasn't been in a bad place.
I need you to tell me
it
who.
hasn't been. I would like to see Drew McIntyre. I would like to see Sami Zayn. I would like to see guys like that get another shot at Mania.
Is that what's gonna get you going?
I mean, bro, I made my decision months ago that I was going to night 2. I told you if you go to night 1, I'll be at night 1.
You're going to night 2, right?
Yeah, I'm going to
Right?
night 2.
You're going to night 2. That
I
was the decision you
I was
made.
going to night 2 for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
Okay, but if Roman Reigns and The Rock go on last, are you still going to night 2?
Say it again. Sorry.
If Roman Reigns and The Rock go on in the main event at night 2, are you still going?
I'm not going to sell my tickets at this point.
But are you still going?
Yeah, I am. But how did that
yes,
change
that's all
the
I
point?
need. And I got one more follow-up question for you.
Okay.
If Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins main event night 1, are you going to buy a ticket where you didn't plan to, where you're not going to right now? Are you going to buy a ticket for night 1?
Maybe.
It's business.
Maybe.
If
The
it's
answer
not
is yes,
Seth
it's
Rollins,
business.
if it's not Seth Rollins, would you buy a ticket to see him challenge for the NXT Championship against Ilya?
That would
Do
be
I
a hell,
text
that would be a
you?
hell of a match. I
no.
ain't gonna lie, but
Charlotte Flair.
In terms of
Charlotte Flair went
talent,
after Rhea
that's
in
a hell of a match.
NXT. She won a Rumble and she went after the NXT Championship. There is precedence for it.
No, man, that's not going to happen.
Oh, they could do that, or he could also go after the Intercontinental Championship and
That guy's
dethrone
not a
Gunther.
star, bro. Dubs. He's not even ready. He's not on the radar right now.
my
He's
whole
gotta-
point
he's
of
gotta
this-
work.
You don't have to do Seth, and you can still have Cody night 1 challenge for a title.
Listen, bro.
I'm just putting that out
This
there.
is the way. This is the way that how. All right, I'm gonna ask you guys this question: if Cody Rhodes is somehow injected back into this main event, how would you book it? Kenny, go ahead.
I wouldn't book it, period.
Oh my god.
I would not book it.
All right, go ahead, load it. Can you tell me if you were to put Cody back in this main event based on how the fans reacted, how would you book it?
He hasn't made a decision yet, so maybe he'll make his decision at the last minute. Maybe like on
But
SmackDown.
that decision been done, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't know that, bro.
And turn
You don't know.
all right. So since nobody
But he
wants to
did
answer
make
the
his
question,
decision.
I'll
He
answer
told
your
Roman
question
Reigns
for you
straight
right
up,
here.
I'll answer
I'm
it.
gonna get that title,
I thought
but
you were
now they're
taking it.
WrestleMania.
You
Now they're
skipped
trying to
half
walk
the
back on
podcast.
it.
all right, Kero,
Yeah.
go ahead. How would you book this if you were to put Cody back in the main event somehow, some way?
I'm actually interested in what Clint has to say.
Go ahead, Clint.
Oh, Clint, he's a good booker.
Well, all right. Now this is how I do it, and I think it would be the best outcome for all parties. Even though Kenny was probably going to get mad here. The Rock is the special guest referee.
Oh no, that's
Cody
not-
versus Roman. That way, The Rock still looks like the hero. He's still in the main event. He gets to stop the bloodline from interfering. It's at this point, that's the only way I can see them booking it to please everybody. Because The Rock's there, and then The Rock and Roman are pissed off at each other. They set up their match for SummerSlam next year, whatever. But the way every side can win is to have Cody versus Roman, because he won the freaking Rumble. Otherwise, the Rumble's pointless. It makes no sense.
Not really.
Yep.
No, it's
Not
not.
And
Alberto
Yeah,
Del
it's
Rio
like-
won the
Don't keep
Rumble
saying that.
and fought Edge in
No,
the opener.
It's not
and
even the
lost.
same thing. Alberto Del
It's
Rio.
pointless.
Exactly.
It's pointless. Bro, the
You
Rumble.
pick the champion
Nah.
and fight in the
Yo,
Rumble.
It's like Austin Theory cashing in for the United States Championship. It's the
No,
same thing. It's
no,
you
the
got
Rumble-
Rumble World
the
Champions.
Rumble-
They want to book these on
No,
the same
the
level.
Rumble
because
is
they wanna add
pointless.
value to
The
that
Rumble-
main title.
there's
And
no
I don't
way.
think it's-
There's no argument that you can give me that the Rumble is not pointless right now because Cody didn't really choose who he wanted to choose
They've
due
made,
to what
they've
they
made
did.
a point.
That's
they've
not.
made
That's
a point
pointless.
so
storyline
many
wise,
years
he
in the
told you
past.
he
That's
wanted to
pointless.
choose. What do you
They've
mean?
made that
That's
point
pointless.
so many years in the past.
That's point-
But
okay,
as far
that's-
as booking, as far as you asked a question,
So why have
the
Cody
booking,
win?
no, how would you book the match?
Okay, go ahead.
It's very simple. If you're going to force this triple threat match, then Cody Rhodes hits his triple crossroads to Roman Reigns. The Rock slides back in, rock bottom to Cody Rhodes, puts him
Roman
down.
pins
The
him.
Roman gets up, spears The Rock, throws him out of the ring, and pins Cody.
No,
All
I
right.
think
Cody
Roman
takes
and
the
Rock
pin.
can team up.
All
Cody
right,
takes the pin because they make Rock and Roman a singles match for later where The Rock didn't take the pin. Cody
ain't
takes
taking
the
that
pin in
pin.
that
I'll tell you right
situation.
now
For
what's
them, it
about to
makes sense. I
happen.
do
Cody
agree
takes
with
the
you,
pin in
Clint. They
that.
could do that. Put The Rock as a special guest referee and say, you know what? I did say I was in here at WrestleMania, but I'm sick of Solo Sikoa coming out and interfering and all that stuff. So I'm going to be the special guest referee to make sure it's just you
To
and Cody.
enforce it.
And then
He's the
Roman goes
enforcer.
over Cody at
He's
Mania.
the
Let's do
enforcer.
it.
I
Yes.
think if I were to book this match, if Cody made his way back there, I would have Roman Reigns main event twice. I ain't gonna lie. I would put Roman and The Rock night
one
one,
and night two.
Cody and Roman night two. Have him take the title, and that's it, bro. It's over. Everybody
You
gets
blew Roman's pop.
What happened?
You blew Roman's pop on night one, and you buried Seth Rollins.
First
No,
of all,
I mean not really, bro. Because at this point, everybody wants The Rock so goddamn bad. So give him The
And you
Rock
make-
and
and
give
you
him
make
Cody.
Cody
Buried
look
Seth
so
Rollins
weak.
with that decision.
How do you make Cody look weak?
Because you just made Roman wrestle twice and Cody doesn't have to. So you made Roman wrestle back-to-back main events, but Cody doesn't have to, and he gets the leftovers
Roman-
on night two.
It's not,
after
and
The Rock just
no,
beat the
it's
crap
not.
out of him?
It's
I don't think
it's
that
not
makes
gonna
Cody
look weak.
super
It's not gonna.
That's
No,
like a Money in the Bank
no,
win.
it's
That
not
to
gonna
me is
look
like a
weak.
Money in the
It'll
Bank
actually,
cash-in.
it'll actually enhance his. No, that you can't compare that, bro.
Unfortunately,
it's
no,
just
you
winning.
can't.
It's the next
It'll
night.
actually, it'll
I agree
actually
with
enhance.
Dubbs on that one.
It'll actually enhance
Yeah,
his win
it's-
because he just
It
beat
does
The
not
Rock the night
enhance
before.
anything.
He's been-
Hey, he
Not
just
as
beat The
big
Rock
as
the
you,
night
it doesn't
before.
enhance anything there.
He just
You literally
so
have Roman
so all
wrestle
right. So
twice
you're
and
gonna
Cody
do
wrestle
so you're gonna
once.
do a triple threat for head of the table. So
Why would you do triple threat?
Special guest
You
referee
just said
and it
that. You
advertises
just
the
gave that
game,
scenario.
No, you asked us the question, how would we book that triple threat
Exactly.
match? I would never book
maybe
it
Clint
either.
is onto
Neither would
something.
Kenny.
I said, how
Nobody's
would you
gonna
book
that.
the match if Cody
Thank
made his
you.
way to the main
Maybe
event?
Clint is onto
Special
something.
guest
You're talking about
referee
if
is the
Cody's going
only
to the main
outcome that
event.
makes
It's set
sense.
in stone. The Rock
And
is
it's the
facing
hype.
Roman Reigns. It's not happening,
I
my
mentioned
boy.
that in the
It's done.
chat.
And
It
that's
helps
fine.
the game
Go.
too. It
That's
helps the
fine.
mode in the game too.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I
there you
don't.
go.
That's
It
fine.
sells
I
the
don't.
game.
I don't care that much no more,
Special
bro.
guest
I'll
referee.
be
You know what else
honest.
you
They
said?
They sucked all the air out of me.
WWE
Mike, Mike,
2K24.
we gotta.
I don't care that much anymore. They suck the air out of me. I don't care. I'll be honest.
Yo.
Whatever it is, it is. I don't care at this point. What I'm saying is,
You care.
that-
You mad.
no, I ain't mad. I'm chilling.
You mad.
You mad? I'm
Nah,
chilling,
The
bro.
Rock going to the main event.
You
What I'm
the
mad
one
for?
that came in the disco yesterday talking about, bro, I'm so deflated, bro. These fans are so
Finally.
embarrassing.
No, because I had to save it for you on the show. I didn't want to get it out at that point. I got to give it to you right now, baby.
Rocky.
The Rock is going to the main event at
Rocky.
WrestleMania. All of y'all who voted for y'all want Cody too bad because
Nah.
my boy The Rock is getting
Listen,
that.
the way I feel about it is, bro, if you gonna somehow put Cody in it, you give The Rock
He's not
and Roman.
doing it. Why you keep saying
give,
that? It's
You
over.
give The Rock and
Done.
Roman. You give The Rock and
It's
Roman their
done.
own spectacle. That's the only way you
It's
do it.
done.
Triple threat is crazy because they're fighting for the head of the table. So why are people even talking about a triple threat? I don't want to see that. I'll be honest. Do you want to see a triple threat match? If it were
No.
to happen,
That
I don't
make
want to
no
see
sense.
No.
All right, and now back to y'all. If they put Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in the same ring for that
Cody,
title,
it's done.
he's not done. He's actually more over than ever right now. But anyway, if you put Cody Rhodes and
know.
Seth Rollins in WrestleMania night 1, would you guys put that title on Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, of course. If
Yeah.
you want to build that title and make it mean something, you make
Put
him
it on
hold it for
Cody.
a year.
No.
Make him hold it for 6 months a year.
Y'all
But I
lost
mean,
me.
I think Damian Priest is being overlooked here.
I agree.
When is Money in the Bank? I'm just saying yes. I'm saying he has to cash in, and you know it's not going to be on Roman before he
I
beats
agree.
Hogan's streak.
Yeah, I
he
think he'll
putting
cash in
Cody?
on Seth at WrestleMania.
That's
Seth
what I'm
at-
saying. You could do it on Cody at Mania,
Yeah.
but I don't think you want to steal. I don't think you want
Well,
the fan reaction to that. So
you'll
I
get more
think if you want the
sympathy
fans
for
coming,
but
I'm happy.
it would give
could do it the
Damian
next
Priest
night.
more heat though. It would give Damian Priest more heat.
Yeah, but you could also do it the next night on the Monday.
Damian Priest is a
Raw
mid-carder
after
as well,
Mania.
though.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he,
mentioned
I mean, he
WrestleMania.
is, bro. But my point is with this is like, personally, to me, it would devalue the story for me if Cody Rhodes wins a world championship before the Undisputed. It wouldn't feel the
Oh,
same
the
once he
story.
beats
It's
Roman.
just another chapter
I'll
in the
be
story.
honest.
It's
Good
not
old
finishing
story.
the story.
Exactly. It's another
I don't know.
chapter.
To
You
me,
gotta
it would
rush
devalue it
through.
because it's like, all right, he was talking about this undisputed
just don't
title
get-
all year, and then
I
he
don't
gets to
get why
WrestleMania.
this Cody fan wants to just have Cody retire or end his career.
Yeah,
so
what-
much. Finishing
Yeah.
the
What
is-
story means your career is done. You retire.
And everybody's going to
I
turn
don't know
on him
why
when the
it's-
story's
everybody wants him to finish the story. It's like, why do you want him to retire? Do you want him to like die in the ring or something? Like, have him finish the story.
I
This
don't know.
guy's got at least a good 10 years left.
I
So to
mean,
prolong the story, sorry,
yeah.
I just want to say
Go,
this real
nah,
quick.
go
So
ahead, Clint. Jump in.
to prolong the
Sorry,
story.
Dave. I don't know about inning talk.
I
Yeah,
think-
what inning are we in right now?
What now?
We about to wrap it up in the car for show, though.
Oh, we are about to do that. We
I was
two
just
hours
gonna
in.
say,
Yeah.
Hour 58.
great way to prolong Cody's story is have him win the belt the Seth belt. I'll just call it the Seth belt. Have Damian come in with his Judgment Day, beat the daylights out of him because he's already weakened from fighting Seth and probably Drew. Let's face it, it's probably going to be a triple threat if they do that because Seth is injured.
Can Seth afford another loss against Cody though, Clint?
Well, he can pin Drew because Drew will be in there, right? So he can pin Drew. Drew will be super pissed off. He'll beat the crap out of Cody. Judgment Day will come out, cash in, pin Cody, and the story continues. The story continues. He's still not a champion. He still has to fight for the next championship. It sucks, but it's a way to prolong
the only way to do
the
it.
Story.
I don't want that title on him. I want him far away from that title.
All right, but Bryan,
would you rather see him against Gunther? Or Ilya?
I mean, if the world title was on Gunther, wouldn't mind it personally.
No. I'm saying, would you rather see Cody if it's not Rollins and it's not Reigns? Yeah. Would you rather see him against Ilya or Gunther at WrestleMania and and say, I'm cashing in for the NXT title?
Oh no!
Dusty started.
You losing me, dog. You losing me.
No, I'm asking. Would you rather see if you saying you want to keep him away from Rollins?
No, I'm talking. But I'm speaking.
Would you rather
I thought you were talking from a talent perspective, not like actually.
No. I'm saying
for
what you want to see for night one. I'm saying, would you rather see if he's not facing Rollins, which I think is going to be the match? Would you rather see him against Ilya or Gunther for either of those titles? And you say the Royal Rumble winner. I'm going for. My father was such a huge part of NXT. I never won this title. I'm going for this one. Easy story right there. That's the real Dusty title. Someone in the chat said that. I'm not taking credit for that. I think it was Jay Garner.
I'd stop watching wrestling if that was the case. I'm not gonna lie. But
you ain't going nowhere, my boy.
But yeah, man, listen. If and more of the story is, bro, we don't know what's finna happen. But I do have a question for everybody in here. Are y'all free on Thursday night?
I was just about to say that. I'm down.
I think it's time. It's an emergency podcast, my brothers, because the kickoff is happening on Thursday. So
what's happening?
Okay. They're finally going to tell us what's going down on WrestleMania.
Oh, they said they're going to do it Thursday, not on SmackDown?
No,
yeah, they're doing it on Thursday.
Yeah.
Are they doing it live or are they doing it?
Unfortunately, I'm working on Thursday.
It's cool. Whoever can show up, can show up. If you can't, it's cool.
I'll be down.
We'll figure it out.
Okay,
I'm here Friday, but not Thursday.
Well, Bryan, my boy Omar is coming for your head if you see him in the chat. Because he said apparently we got evidence that you said you would shave your head or cut your head. Let's see which one it is.
Can we get that full clip, though? Can we get that full clip?
We got the clip right here.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to cover everybody.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
it's muted,
I'm still here.
Y'all can't hear it?
No, we can't hear it.
It's all the way up. Y'all might just not be able to hear it. Can the chat hear that?
No, we cannot.
No, we cannot.
I think the chat can hear it.
What?
Nah, if I can't hear it, the chat can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing.
Okay, well I can't broadcast it then, unless I'm streaming.
But did we get the whole stream? Because I never consented to that.
But we'll post it as a clip. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, we definitely had it in the stream where you were saying
we're gonna post it as a clip
or whatever.
We got
There's a lot of talk about this.
Listen,
we kept saying clip it. We told everybody.
I know I spoke about some chicken. I'll give y'all chicken. But
I'm gonna listen to this clip. We'll see.
I ain't talk. I gotta go back and watch that full stream, bro. Maybe I talked about maybe dyeing it, but cutting it full out, like hell no. I don't know.
Kenny, do me a favor. Make sure you save those podcasts to your drive. Clip them because
honestly, bro, you know what?
Somebody might just go in there and just remove.
If anything, if I get proven wrong, I'll say it right now. If I get proven wrong, I'll go ahead and go low on my hair. I'm not finna go bald in this bit.
Nah, you going bald, my boy. We need you to rock.
We were talking about Kenny having the clippers and doing it himself.
I cracked my head open twice, bro. Y'all ain't getting those bumps on my head. But listen, man.
All right, y'all. Listen, we are 2 hours in. We got to let these good people in the chat go on about their business. So shout out to Mike.
Make sure y'all like
AMS. Shout out to Joseph Montoya. Shout out to It's Taco Kid, Real Take Wrestling. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Real Take Wrestling if you want to make sure you stay up on all the latest wrestling news. Who else we got in here? Shout out to Matt for popping through tonight. Shout out to the Wave Report. I saw the Wave Report in the building. Mike Fiesel, of course, always in here rocking with us. Dave Langer. Hopefully it's not Langer. It's Langer.
I'll see y'all
hopefully.
Thursday when Cody gets announced in the main event on WrestleMania.
We will do a live stream to get the live reactions from everybody. Shout out to Cowboy, Justin Crawford in the chat, everybody else, all 36 of y'all, up to 48. If y'all haven't dropped a like yet, please drop a like on this video. And stay tuned to this channel because we are doing something very special when WWE 2K24 drops. Just to put that out there.
Y'all stay tuned out there.
Let's go with Mr.Dubbs. Take us out the building.
Dubious ones, everybody at the off the top here, we love you all. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you check out all my boys' individual channels. Give everybody a subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Shout out to Jay Barnacles.
Here we go.